and Demo Insurance Agency. Flyers Sports on Little Falls Radio is sponsored by Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union and Peterson Body Shop. All sponsors of this Flyer broadcast on Little Falls Radio and fallsradio.com.
And a very good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Exchange Arena in Little Falls, where tonight it is girls high school hockey, as the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors, ranked 12th in the latest Class AA poll with a record of 14-8-1, take on the 11th-ranked Willmar Cardinals out of the Class A poll with a record of 16-7-1. Hello, everyone. James Hershey with you. Glad to be with you once again for some high school girls hockey tonight here on Q92. Also streaming online at fallsradio.com and also on TV tonight on Flyer Media Productions Channel 181 and also on YouTube. Our game engineer is Christina, and in the booth tonight I have a couple special guests tonight that will be doing color commentating with me, and those are being two of the seniors from the Little Falls Flyer hockey team. The guy that wears number 4, that being Ryan Buckaloo. The guy that wears number 6, that being Nolan Bjorgi. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great tonight, and this is actually your first time doing a broadcast on radio, but it's not your first time doing a television broadcast, right?
Yeah,
no,
correct.
It's not. Last week, or a couple weeks ago, we had a chance to do this. It was very fun, and thanks for having us with you tonight.
Absolutely. So you get to kind of witness and see what I do when I'm up here and you guys are down there making it look really easy. So I'll try to make it look easy up here for you guys.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
Change spots tonight, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be. It will be. Let's talk about these two teams, the Warriors and the Cardinals. The Warriors come in, as I mentioned, 14-8-1. Unfortunately for them, they've kind of been in a losing streak. They've had a couple of losses. They lost to North Wright County, and then on Tuesday, they lost to Sartell Sauk Rapids. And of course, you guys know what it's like sometimes to have a losing streak and try to break that. What do these girls need to do tonight out there to get themselves back on their winning ways?
Clearly a thing for a team when you're going through rough times is building confidence and coming together as a team to overcome your rough falls.
Yeah, it's all about coming together as a team and just regrouping.
One thing that's going to be tough for this Brainerd Little Falls team tonight is that tomorrow night is a huge game for them for sections against Roseau. Tonight's game is just a conference game, and pretty much they've got the conference wrapped up, but a huge section game is tomorrow night. How tough is it sometimes to overlook a game that you know it's so big, but you got to play this game first?
In any sport, it's really hard not to look over any game and not just try to skip through it and get to your big game and take this one for momentum into your big game.
Yeah, we got a great example of that coming up here. Saturday we play Rochester Lords, and then on Tuesday we have a very important game with Alexandria. So Alexandria's important, but we got to worry about Saturday first.
Yeah, it's tough though. I mean, you're, and some of these girls are 14, 15 years old, but 16, 17, 8-year-old kid like yourselves. Sometimes you always are looking ahead. Does the coaching staff normally try to help you out, I guess, kind of, hey, we got to focus on this one first?
Yeah, our coaching staff is always trying to keep our eyes set on our next opponents, and obviously this year it's been a little different playing with the target on our back. We always have to be expecting that a team is going to come out right away and punch us in the mouth. So,
yeah, and yesterday at practice we even talked about not overlooking Rochester Lords. So it's really important to keep your mindset on your next opponent.
You mentioned the target on the back, and that's what Brainerd Little Falls has had this year. I mean, when you go to state and you're in the championship game and you lose in overtime and double overtime to a team that's won 3 years in a row, you're definitely going to have a target on your back the next year. And I think these girls have faced some great competition this year and have seen that, and you probably agree with that.
Yeah, obviously they had a great run last year, and everyone's going to want a chance at them, so they got to play their best every night.
Yeah, and when we even broadcasted, we were lucky enough, they were playing against the
Minnetonka.
number 3 seed in the state at the point. So,
yep.
Yeah, they definitely have a target on their back. So
that they do. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk with the head coach of the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors. that being Jack Freeman. We'll take this 2-minute timeout, come back with more. You're listening to girls hockey action right here on Q92 WYRQ Little Falls, and also streaming online at fallsradio.com.
At CHI St. Gabriel's Health, our podiatry team provides treatment to help you regain pain-free mobility, including medical and surgical care for foot, ankle, and lower leg problems. We're trained to prevent, diagnose, treat, and rehabilitate common and abnormal conditions. Friendly faces and expert care, all close to home. That's the best way to brave new trails. Don't let your feet slow you down. Schedule your appointment today. CHI St. Gabriel's Health. Better every day.
The old saying is true. Accidents happen. No one wants to have an accident or the hassle that follows. It is our goal to provide you with the most thorough and hassle-free experience. Hilmerson Collision Center strives
Game show. Once again, our coach's interview is being brought to you by
and will make your experience as easy as possible. Let us help you through the process.
All right, here we go.
while providing
Interview Jack
you with
Freeman in
quality
3-2
repair and
and
quality service, always guaranteed. Insurance recommended, customer preferred, Hilmerson Collision Center.
Come grow with us. Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union knows your financial needs change over time, and our goal is to be your financial partner for life, offering products and services for all your stages. From a child's first savings account to a teenager's first car purchase or the pride of home ownership and a retirement plan for your golden years, we truly can help you at any stage of your life. We invite you to stop by or go online to mmfcu.org to learn more. Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union. We're with you all the way. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
When you need your garbage removed, call Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Locally owned and operated, Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse is ready to pick up your garbage and save you money. No administrative fees, no contracts. They offer both commercial and residential service. Whether you need a roll-off, dumpster, or can, call them today at 320-632-5212. That's 632-5212. Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Living and working with you in your community.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Once again, our coach's interview is being brought to you by Hilmerson Collision Center in Little Falls. Joining me now is the Brainerd Little Falls girls head hockey coach, that being Jack Freeman. And Jack, you and I had a chance to talk in the War Road game, and I guess let's chat about that and, of course, some of the games in between that. But right now it seems like your team is, I don't want to say like in a kind of a skid here a little bit, but have run into some excellent goaltending in the last couple of losses that you had against Sartell in North Wright County. But also it seems like this year you haven't been able to score as much maybe as in the past.
Yeah, no, that's all fair. It's we've had some games recently where we've liked a lot of the things that we're doing with our game. You know, if you look at our shots, if you look at, you know, our possession, you know, we're doing a lot of things well. It's just, you know, sports can be a humbling thing, and, you know, we're facing a little adversity right now in terms of putting the puck in the net. And, you know, 70 shots in the past 2 games. We got to find a way to convert on a few of those now. And we only had 1 goal to show for it in the past 2, but it's something that you just got to work through. You know, there's not an easy answer to it. There's not a quick fix. It's something that we just got to work through as a group.
What is the, I guess, the frustration level of the girls? Are you seeing that a little bit in practice?
Well, I think anytime you're, you know, like I said, anytime you're facing a little adversity, you know, there's going to be, you know, some frustration, you know, and if you care about something, the amount that these girls care about this, and, you know, you're going to have some frustration. And so that's fine and everything. But we just got to stick with it here, and we can't get down. We can't be pouting. Nobody's going to feel bad for us. We just got to work through it together as a group. And, you know, I know the character in the locker room and the makeup of this team, and, you know, I know it's something that we can get through together.
You know, and of course, a game tonight against Willmar, and then a very important game tomorrow night against Roseau. And I know in that War Road game before we had talked, you'd said there might be a possibility of trying to move some games around. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Is that okay? Are you guys? I mean, obviously you're gonna have to live with it, but would you like to have these games at least split up a few days and apart?
Well, yeah, I mean, like the original schedule, we had, you know, 3 days of practice, and then we were heading up to Roseau. So, you know, you like that initial breakdown. You know, that's a little bit more ideal than, playing 3 and 4 and getting a big section game on the back end of that. But, we've talked all year about controlling what we can control, and the schedule, the weather, that's out of our control. We got to focus on what we can control, and that's our effort, attitude, and our preparation each day. And, that's something we just got to stay focused on, not the other things.
I know I want to talk about tonight's game, but I do kind of want to dive into tomorrow night's game against Roseville because it is an important game, so much that it could determine who is the 1 and 2 seed. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's they're a quality team. They got a lot of big wins on the year. We play similar schedules. Obviously losing that one in December, we want to get back on the right side of it here it'll be February now. Or no, 31st tomorrow. So January, yeah. We want to be on the right end of it this time. I know it's a game that our girls circle on the calendar all the time. And, we want to make sure that we're going up there with a good game plan and playing our best hockey.
I know you're worried about more of tonight than tomorrow, but looking at tomorrow night's game, I guess, with Roseville, if you did lose, is there any chance that you could be, or you think you're a lock, at least no worse than a 2 seed?
Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about it, to be honest, in terms of that. It's just trying to stay focused. It's been a busy week. We had senior night on Tuesday, and then we got a big one here tonight with Willmar, so we've been really focusing in on that and making sure that we're not trying to think ahead to tomorrow. It's easy to do that with a big game on the back end, but we're pretty dialed in here tonight for Willmar. We know that we have to be up for it. We know we're going to have a tough game here, and then it's after tonight, then we can focus on Roseau and all the seeding and stuff that'll go into next week too. But no, I haven't thought too much far ahead in terms of predicting with wins and losses and what it'll look like with that.
I got you. We'll do that later on the airways. That could be our job. No, I agree. I understand that 100%. You got to look at the one game at a time scenario. I'm just kind of, if there is, obviously with the stumble against Sartell and that, if that comes into play at all when it comes to the sections. And unfortunately, there is no, I believe, section coaches meeting. It's basically just via the email on Wednesday. Is that correct?
Yeah. We'll send our seeds to we'll put them out to the section secretary, and then shakes out with the point system, and we get to see how everybody voted and where everybody has you. And you go from there, and regardless, you're going to have 3 big hockey games, hopefully, if you're going to be coming out of this section. So it's, regardless of where we end up, we've got a big job to take care of then on the 8th.
One question, I guess, going forward here, you have 2 goaltenders that you've kind of been going back and forth with. Have you decided yet on maybe kind of who that goaltender is going to be from here on out, or is it still kind of up in the air yet?
We've been telling the kids day by day, and that's kind of been our mentality. And, our goalie coach, Landon Snyder, has been constantly talking with them, and before each practice, after each practice, before each game, after each game. He's just been going through things with them. But when you have two quality goaltenders, it's a good problem to have. But, you're always trying to manage it, too, and make sure that you're, picking the right kids in the right spots.
Well, I remember, when Olivia King was a junior, and Nicole Schultz, actually, she got the nod and played most of the way through. And then, of course, the senior year for Olivia was all hers. So, I mean, it does vary, doesn't it, game to game?
It does, and it can, there's a lot of factors that go into it. And that's why, you want to have good people around you. And, we got a lot of faith in Landon Snyder, and we have a lot of faith in both these goalies. And, you just try to, make the best decision for the team and who's playing the best at that time.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the game against Willmar tonight. You're taking on the Cardinals. This is a very explosive team. They can score. They're also competing to try to get one of the top seeds in their section, too. And a win tonight here definitely would probably solidify that for them.
Yeah, no, they make a strong case for 1 seed in their section. That's for sure. And talking with their coaching staff a little bit, they've had a really strong year, and you look at it on paper, they got a lot to be proud of. So this is their last game in the regular season. They're going to be up for it. It's going to be a big test for us, and we got to make sure that we're coming out and we're ready to compete.
Keys to the game tonight to get a win?
For us, I think we need to keep things simple. I'm big tonight on making sure that we get everybody involved in the game early. We want to come out. We want to have quick, hard shifts early on, get everybody involved in the game, and keep things simple. We got to make sure we're getting pucks to the cage, we're getting bodies to the net, and we're being the hardest working team on the ice.
Coach, as always, thanks so much for joining me, and best of luck tonight.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for all your coverage this season.
Once again, that is the head coach of the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors. That is Jack Freeman. And coach's interview has been brought to you by Hilmerson Collision Center in Little Falls. When we come back, we'll drop the puck. Willmar, Brainerd Little Falls, up next on Q92 and fallsradio.com.
We're here with Katie Jackson and Cheryl Plouffe, the mortgage team from Pine Country Bank.
I have been in the real estate industry for the past 33 years.
I've been a mortgage processor for the last 18 years.
Doing mortgage loans as long as we have, we know the ins and outs of doing the mortgages, and therefore we try to simplify the process. There's a lot of complicated stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and Cheryl and I try to take care of all of that for the borrowers so that they can try to relax and enjoy their time buying versus being stressed out over the very complicated process. All of our years of experience working together allows us to do this for them. We've done several loans for people and now have done loans for their children. People have heard our name in the industry for a very long time now, and we are well known for our expertise in the market.
Pine Country Bank is your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Fleet Supply, True Value in Little Falls, is a proud supporter of Flyers sports. Fleet Supply has everything you need for all your outdoor and indoor projects. They have a great selection of tools, kitchen, pet, and paint supplies, footwear, hunting supplies, and so much more. Also, check out their great monthly bargains with tons of in-store savings. Fleet Supply True Value, your complete farm and home store. Located at 1800 First Avenue Northeast. Behind every project is a True Value. Go Flyers.
Are you having joint pain, balance problems, difficulty walking, or recovering from surgery? My name is Elizabeth, and I encourage you to come visit us at Advanced Physical Therapy in Little Falls. We provide a wide range of physical therapy services tailored to suit our patients' individual needs. Our clinic offers a small, private, comfortable setting which fosters a beneficial working relationship between therapy providers and patients. Be an advocate for your own health. Request physical therapy services at Advanced Physical Therapy.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again to the Exchange Arena. James Hershey along with Ryan Buckaloo and Nolan Bjorgi, as we're also on Flyer Media Productions, Channel 181 and YouTube. Let's take a look at the starting goaltenders for the Willmar Cardinals. In net will be Britton Carlson. She's 11-6 on the year. Goals against of 3.58, save percentage of 88.4%. On the other side for the Warriors, you have Brea Sawyer in net, 8-7 on the year. Goals against of 1.75, save percentage of 90.1%. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll drop the puck. You're listening once again to girls hockey here on Q92 and fallsradio.com.
Slender Wenner & Company is a regional independent CPA firm dedicated to serving clients with professionalism and integrity. The firm's professional staff's attention to detail and personal touch promote excellent working relationships with their clients. The firm focuses on serving accounting, tax, and business consulting needs of their business, individual, not-for-profit, and governmental clients. Slender Wenner & Company in Albany, St. Cloud, Monticello, Maple Lake, and their new location in Little Falls next to the dam, providing high-quality value, added professional service since 1964.
If you're getting mighty hungry, well, the best in the country is Pizza Ranch.
Every Sunday at the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls, enjoy the delicious buffet all day from 11 to 7:30. That's every Sunday at the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls.
It's where life tastes better, so round 'em up and head her down to Pizza Ranch.
Whoa, that's good.
In our local communities, we're only as strong as our people and our businesses. Hi, I'm Ben Schneider with North Risk Partners in Little Falls, Minnesota. Our firm partners with top companies like Auto Owners Insurance to help people and businesses face their risk head-on with proactive insurance solutions. North Risk Partners. Face risk head-on. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
North Risk Partners proudly offers coverage through Auto Owners Insurance.
When sunroom, your car doesn't look like it should after an accident. It's nice to know where to go. In Little Falls, Peterson Body Shop is known for their quality workmanship and reputation for reasonable rates. From body repairs to glass installation to loaner cars when work is being performed, Peterson Body Shop has been bringing quality service in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again to the Exchange Arena in Little Falls. Girls high school hockey tonight here on Q92, streaming online at fallsradio.com and also on Flyer Media Productions, Channel 181 and YouTube. James Hershey here, along with my co-color commentators tonight. That once again being Ryan Buckaloo and Nolan Bjorgi. Gentlemen, you ready for a hockey game tonight?
Yes, sir.
All right. Puck is down. We are underway with high school hockey tonight on Q92 and also on Flyer Media Productions. To my right is Carlson. She's in net. She gets the first shot her way, and the save is made there. To my left is Sawyer for the Warriors. Trying to hold it in at the left point that time. That was Robinson. She'll dump it in deep, and the puck will be picked up here by the Cardinals. We'll get to the lines and all that coming up in just a moment. Out at center ice now, going back to pick up the loose puck. That is Sawyer, that being Robinson. Sophie Robinson over to Booth. Lindsey Booth up and out quickly there to Smith across the line on the left wing. Bumped off the play there a little bit that time is Booth, and we controlled here at least by the Cardinals on the end wall, and it's that picked up there by Bailey Olson. Olson plays it to the line and pounces back out to center ice. That's where it's corralled in that time by Lucy Peterson. Falling down at center ice that time is Molly Polkamp, and then the Warriors will dump it back deep into the Cardinal zone. We played a minute of hockey so far. No score between Brainerd Little Falls and Willmar. We get our first whistle of the game. And looking at the line charts tonight, guys, for the first line for the Warriors, it'll be Gabby Smith, Lindsey Booth, and Josie Kramer. On the second line, you have Bren Folden, Molly Polkamp, and Emma Booth. And on the third line, Shaylee Stroot, along with Peyton Lemire and Avery Lemire. Those are the 1, 2, 3 lines tonight for the Warriors. Face-off down in the Cardinal zone, picked up here and putting it towards the netminder that time was Folden. On that second line, she's on the left wing, coming in with 11 points this year, 7 goals and 4 assists. Still controlled down in the Cardinal zone. The Cardinals will try to flip it out to center ice, and they finally do so. Quickly picked up by Folden. She'll dump it back in once again behind the Cardinal netminder, Carlson. Loose puck is picked up on the near side, trying to clear it out of the zone that time there was Bredesen, unable to do so. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play here. I think too many players on the ice here. As I'm counting right now, guys, it looks like 6 Cardinals.
Yeah.
Would that be about right?
Yeah, that's not a good start for Willmar, taking a too many men penalty out to start.
So Willmar will go into the box, and we'll see the Warriors for their first power play of the year. And their power play hasn't been that great this year. That's actually only at 10.3%, 7 of 68. It's not where you want to be. You want to be at least probably in that 20% range, so they're a little under that right now. Penalty kill on the other side for the Willmar Cardinals, 82%, 50 of 61. And they have scored 3 shorthanded goals. One positive thing for the Warriors on the power play, they've never given up a shorthanded goal yet this year, so that's a positive thing. It is a Pizza Ranch power play, too, by the way. Carlson, the netminder, comes out, makes the save, the wraparound attempt there, and a good job there by the Cardinals to clear it out to center ice as Taylor Larson nearly scored on the wraparound. Comes back out to center ice now. Loose puck picked up there by Robinson, goes off her stick. Smith now going back. This is Gabby. Gabby will skate on the right wing side at center. She'll play it off the boards and get it into the Cardinal zone. Picked up here by Kramer. Passes it now to Robinson. Quick shot on that. Save made. Rebound. Loose shot. Score. And the rebound picked up there by Josie Kramer. It's a Pizza Ranch power play goal. And for you guys, you don't know this, but somebody's going to win some pizza right now by calling 632-2306. And a nice goal there on the rebound.
Yeah, that's how you crash the net. It's important, especially on the power play.
That was one of the things that the coaching staff this year has kind of been preaching is you got to crash the net, and not only with this girls team, but also with you guys too sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go. Right back on the attack again. Quick shot by Booth. She shoots. She scores. Lindsey Booth. She roofed it there, and it's 2-0 Brainerd Little Falls.
This is definitely the start they want. This is great for them.
So back-to-back goals in a very short amount of time. They haven't even announced the first goal yet. And now Lindsey Booth has made it 2-0, and the band once again here going crazy.
Yeah, that might be the fastest back-to-back goal I've seen.
Well, we'll see what the difference is they're looking at the net down here, down in the Cardinals' end, as the linesman back there.
I don't think he can find the puck.
Oh.
Is that what they are?
Yeah,
they found it finally.
He got it.
The hidden puck. I was going to say, you guys shooting so good, you're putting holes through the back.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that quite yet.
2-0 is the score. Let's see, go downstairs. Kevin Sawada should give us the scores here in just a moment. Back on the attack once again are the Warriors, and they're already up by a score of 2-0. So goal scored by Josie Kramer on the power play. Here's a goal that's tipped in front, and it's 3-0 Warriors. So we talked about it in the pregame show. They've had a hard time scoring here recently, and they've scored 3 goals in less than a minute, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, they're getting pucks on net, and good things happen.
Not exactly sure if that actually went off a Willmar player or not, but maybe Lindsey Booth might have tipped that one in for her second goal of the game. We'll have to wait and see. As the announcements are stacking up down below.
They still haven't announced the first one yet.
They haven't even announced the first one yet, and now Taylor Larson's already going back on the attack again as Brainerd Little Falls leads by a score of 3-0 already with 14:10 to go here in the first. And right back on the attack are the Warriors. Finally played out to center ice here. Picked up there by Peterson. Intercepted by the Cardinals at the Warrior line, and then back the other way comes Brainerd Little Falls. Folden had it for a short time. Now comes on this tape here of Emma Booth. Emma lost it as it played in deep there by the Cardinals, and Booth will go back to pick it up. 13:45 to go in the first. 3-0 is our score. Brainerd Little Falls, as they had a barrage of goals. Here's maybe goal number 1 coming up.
With an assist to 10, Gabrielle Smith, and number 9, Sophie Robinson. Time of that goal, 2:16.
So that was the goal. That was the goal that was the first goal, the power play goal. And that was the goal scored once again by Josie Kramer. The assists go to Gabby Smith, and the other assist to Sophie Robinson on the power play. That at 2:16 to make it 1-0.
Number 11, Lindsey Booth, with an assist to number 10, Gabrielle Smith. Time of that goal, 2:22.
So 2:22. So 6 seconds later, 6 seconds later, they score the second goal. And once again, it reads Booth from Gabby Smith. And now we'll wait and see who gets goal number 3 here, as it's 3-0. And back on the attack, another shot. That one just over the cage that time, as Josie Kramer looking for her second goal. Carlson makes a save. Rebound is loose, comes to the side of the net, now out to the left circle, back to the left point. Quick wrist shot there by Taylor Larson.
Here's number 11, Lindsey Booth, with an assist to Regan Haas, and number 6, Taylor Larson. Time of that goal, 2:38.
And 2:38 was the other goal scored, and that one once again was scored by Lindsey Booth. So Booth gets back-to-back goals. Lindsey, by the way, goals number 11 and 12 on the season for her. And let's see, goal number 9 of the season for Josie Kramer. There, I think we got it all. I think they gave Oss one of the assists, and Larson got the other assist on that second Booth game. You guys want to talk?
So that's 3 goals in 22 seconds. That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can do that on Saturday afternoon here. Would that sound good?
Oh, I hope so.
It sounds like the start we need on Saturday night.
Yeah, speaking of starting, and I know we're talking girls hockey right now, but you seem to like to score girls games goals right away, don't you? Like in the beginning of games. We looked it up, and you've had 6 goals to start a game, be anybody the first one to score, and you've actually scored, 3 goals within, I want to say, like 30 seconds or 45 seconds or something like that, even less than that.
I think he's got 4.
I think I have 3 within the first 10 seconds this year.
16 seconds, I think it is.
First one was against Fergus Falls. It was like 8 seconds in or something. Got a nice pass from Nick off the boards, and I tapped it in back door. And second one was in the Holiday tournament. I don't know, I just threw a lucky shot on net and went in.
That's not bad.
And the third one shouldn't have even been my goal. It should have been Nick like a couple seconds into the game, and he missed the shot wide and kicked the puck back out, and I smacked it home.
There you go. 3-0 here, our score. Girls hockey tonight. on Q92, streaming online at fallsradio.com, and also on Flyer Media Productions channel 181 and YouTube. James Hershey here, along with a couple of the Little Falls Flyer seniors on that hockey team. Joining me tonight, Ryan Buckaloo and also Nolan Bjorgi. Inside 11 minutes to go here in the first. All shots so far in favor of the Warriors, 8-0. And here's shot number 9 coming off the stick that time of Shaylee Stroot. And the save is made by the netminder Carlson. But right now the Cardinals are struggling just to get any kind of offense.
Yeah, they
still don't have their first shot yet of the game.
Not yet. Still waiting for that.
Yeah.
This will flip over the stick of Taylor Larson. Race for the puck now. Garberding, she's the one of the top 3 scorers. Madison Garberding. She's actually the junior, and she's committed to go to Brown to play Division I hockey.
Wow.
And this will be offsides here, and Lindsey Booth, and she was ahead of the play as Gabby Smith came in there. She comes in with 47 points, 31 goals. She leads the team in goals with 31, 16 assists. That might be as many points as you have. 31 points.
That's
there,
more points
Bucky.
than I have.
Is it? You might be
have
over
one
30
more.
now. Yeah.
They have like 32 or something.
She's got 31 goals.
That's impressive.
You've got some goals this year, though, haven't you? You've scored some goals there, Buckaloo.
Yeah, all the credit go to the line mates.
Okay, one of those kind of guys, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And Nolan, obviously, you're a little banged up right now, but you'll be getting back out there soon.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm shooting for Tuesday for the big section game.
We got 2 girls actually look like maybe a stick got caught in between their blades, and they were like laying down there and trying to like free themselves.
Yeah, I saw that.
They finally did. And it comes back out to center ice here with 9:45 to go in the first. And Brainerd Little Falls with a 3-0 lead. All 3 goals scored in a matter of, what was it?
22 seconds.
22 seconds, exactly. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Since then, we haven't had anything now. It's been quiet. I know we gave away some pizza to somebody. Let's have to see who that caller was. Christina will let us know here in just a moment.
Chris Dobis, he always comes up to me the day before games and tells us to get the power play goal. To call it number.
Well, now we know really what happens at school then. He's always trying to lobby to get some free pizza.
Yeah, he's always wanting that free power play pizza.
I gotcha. Well, you're going to miss out because he next year will become the assistant principal, but you guys will be out of the school then. So
yeah,
we'll talk about school coming up here in intermission number 1. Get your take on how the senior year has been going. All right. 9 minutes to go here in the first. 3-0 is our score. Brainerd Little Falls leading over the Willmar Cardinals. And the Cardinals got 16 wins on the year. Let's not think that this is a team that only has just a couple of wins. They are a very good hockey team, and right now they have a legitimate shot at being the number 1 seed in their section. If you break down the section this year, in what section they are in, they're in the same section as Fergus Falls and River Lakes in Section 6A. An opportunity for the Cardinals coming in on that right wing side that time was Bailey Olson. She's the leading scorer on this team, the junior, as she's got 36 goals, 26 assists. She leads the team with 62 points. That'd
be a fun year.
Yeah, you like to score 36 goals?
Yeah.
Well, actually, just the other night, we'll talk about that in just a second, is coming across the line, getting yanked down there. Briefly there was Peyton Lemire. Play continues on. 8 minutes to go here in the first and a 3-0 lead for Brainerd Little Falls. Warriors still controlling the play, trying to play it down low. Right back on the tape this time there of Avery Lemire. Back down, a shot taken there and score. And Taylor Larson with the shot. Tipped up in front there by Lindsey Booth. And you guys want to throw your hats up, but you probably won't get them back until later, right?
Yeah.
No.
Here, let's watch the replay here of this shot.
I think it went off her shin pad, but
as the pass comes back to Taylor Larson at the point, takes the shot, streaking across, getting in that dirty zone there, Lindsey Booth. And Lindsey's going to get the hat trick already, isn't she? Just the way you draw it up, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's now 4-0 in favor of the Warriors. And that goal, I think they'll give it to Lindsey Booth, and Lindsey will be her 13th of the year. Obviously, Lindsay last year didn't get a chance to play in the playoffs in that as she had the injury. And that was a huge loss for this team last year, and they missed her definitely, and she's starting to come into really good form right now. Here's an opportunity, a quick pass to Gabby Smith, and getting a piece of that one was the netminder Carlson to make the save. Otherwise, it was almost 5-0. But Lindsay Booth, as I mentioned, played a good season last year, and then she had the lacerated spleen, if you remember that, and then she couldn't play the rest of the game.
Assist to number 6, Taylor Larson. And number 2, Julia Marthaler.
So the goal scored there by Booth gives her the hat trick. Larson gets 1 assist. I don't think they got the other assist right, but we'll have to check that. It's always something, right?
Yeah.
6:50 to go here in the first, and a 4-0 lead in favor of Brainerd Little Falls, and they still have yet to give up a shot. It's 12-0 right now in the shot category for the Warriors. Maybe you could even go out there and play goalie right now with the way it's going. Not getting any activity back there.
Oh. I wouldn't want to know what would happen if we had 0 shots going through the first period.
That's tough, though. I mean, obviously, you guys aren't goaltenders, but, when you don't get a lot of work at all, and all of a sudden then there'll be like a 2-on-1 or a breakaway, and right now a 2-on-2 developing here for the Cardinals. But a great job there, once again, by the senior. Sophie Robinson is going to Dartmouth next year. Here's an opportunity down low for Sophie. Save is made there by Carlson and played back out to center ice. But yeah, sometimes you gotta mentally keep yourself in the game, even though you haven't got any shots your way yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not so much as a big deal if you're on the lines like you are on a first, second, and third line, because you get the shifts, you get that out there. But when you're sitting back there for 51 minutes and you're not getting much action, it's kind of like, all right, got to do something to keep yourself going.
Yeah, it's got to be hard to stay loose and not get stiff and keep your mind on the puck.
Face-off coming up down in the Willmar end. Still 5:45 to go here in the first, and it's already 4-0 in favor of the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors. This is exactly what the Warriors, though, needed. They needed a breakout game like this. Backhand attempt towards the net, save made there by Carlson. And another opportunity once again down there. That's Shaylee Stroot trying to get it over on the tape that time of Lemire. And goes all the way back now. The netminder Sawyer comes out but doesn't play it, as it'll be picked up there by Lucy Peterson. Peterson gets it over now on the left wing to Avery Lemire. Lemire lost the puck there to the Cardinals, and back the other way now comes Willmar. Willmar out at center ice. This is McKenna Larson. She'll come across the Warrior line. Quickly taken away there by Lindsay Booth, who's got the hat trick. And by the way, it was a peer hat trick, 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Played still down in the Cardinal zone on the left wall. Back to the left point it comes. Quick wrist shot there by Taylor Larson on net. Save made by Carlson, and she holds on with 4:52 to go here in the first. Brainerd Little Falls leading by a score of 4-0 over Willmar. What do the Cardinals need to do right now just to get anything going?
Well, I think they gotta get some confidence going, especially got 2 periods left. There's still a lot of game. They gotta
get pucks deep to build some momentum in the offensive zone.
Back to action here. Lindsay Booth once again. Trying to pass it down low to Gabby Smith. Comes up to the line, not out. Gabby Smith throws it in a little bit deeper. Josie Kramer going after it. Who's going to get there first? Kramer ties up in the corner there with one of the Cardinals. Trying to pick it out of there now is Gabby Smith. She does. Tries to go along the end wall, down behind the netminder of the Cardinals and Carlson. Carlson looks over the shoulder. Penalty coming up here against the Warriors once they touch it. And they will. That'll be the first penalty of the game here for Brainerd Little Falls. And maybe this is the chance that the Cardinals get an opportunity to get some offensive zone time.
Yeah, even if they don't score, they gotta get some shots on that. I mean, you gotta test the goalie.
Power play is always a great chance to change the momentum of any hockey game.
So the face-off going to be down deep in the Warrior zone. 4:13 to go here in the first. 4-0 Brainerd Little Falls leads. 2 minutes on the clock here. And maybe the first shot of the game it is. A backhand attempt there towards Sawyer. And a nice save, easy made there. That time it's off the stick there of Monson. Here's another shot towards Sawyer. Another save made that time. That one coming off the stick that time there of Garbinger. And it'll be played the length of the ice. So there they got an opportunity. Short-handed attempt now opportunity here for the Warriors. Warriors do have 2 short-handed goals on the season. Power play-wise, 21.2% for the Willmar Cardinals. Penalty kill is outstanding for the Warriors. They're at almost 94% on the kill. They've only given up 4 power play goals in 23 games. That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive.
So here they are right now trying to kill off something. And they'll clear it the length of the ice. As we'll have a fresh 4 coming out there for the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors. Lindsey Booth trying to cause a little havoc on the forecheck. Nearly knocked down there that time by Lucy Peterson. Coming across the line now for the Cardinals. Goes behind the net there. Taken away by Taylor Larson. Larson now throws it off the boards. Tries to poke it out to center. Does get it out to center. Picked up by Lucy Peterson. Cardinals dump it back in. And then it'll be winged all the way down the ice there by Reagan Oss. Still about 35 seconds to go on the Cardinal power play here. 2:45 to go in the first. 4-0 is our score. Brainerd Little Falls leading the Willmar Cardinals. Played up now at center ice here. Played away there from the charging Cardinal there by Reagan Oss. Oss will now play it down deep, and then offsides is coming across the line. On the left wing, it looked like Bren Folden was ahead of the play as Taylor Larson trying to bring it in. 2:30 to go in the first, 17 seconds left to go on the penalty time to Josie Kramer. Shots on the board, guys, 15-1 right now.
Yeah, I think they had a second one, I think, on that power play, but I mean,
you'll have to go down there and let them know.
Yeah,
Both were good shot chart. So. Poked out at center ice, dumped back in, goes off the back wall, intercepted and picked up here by the Cardinals. That being Mara, she'll try to play it out to center. Get some help there from Bredesen, and here comes Kramer out. Well, it's already the pass right away. She comes out of the box, just goes off her skate and back into the Cardinal zone. 2 minutes to go here in the first. And all Warriors here in period number 1. Loose puck picked up at center ice, briefly touched there, that time by Avery Lemire. Now controlled here and coming across the line. Robinson, drop pass, quick shot there on net. Carlson makes the save off of the stick of Folden. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 1:47 to go here in the first. 4-0 the score. And, well, they had a power play opportunity, but weren't able to generate much in the first, 20 seconds they did. And after that, they kind of didn't have an opportunity to get anything, did they?
No, I think after they got their first power play group off, just Warriors actually were playing offense on the penalty kill. So.
That was a great penalty kill by the Warriors there.
Out to center ice it comes. Played back once again in the Warrior zone. Picked up here by Reagan Oss. She'll pass it over to the right side to Peyton Lemire. Lemire came across the line. Got taken down. Of course, there's no checking in girls hockey, but there's still a lot of body work, isn't there, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of body work, a lot of positioning out there.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad the refs don't call that if there's a little body action going, because also girls can be aggressive also.
Here's an opportunity by Gabby Smith as we're down to a minute to go here in the first. Puck picked up here now at center ice by Lindsey Booth. She's got the hat trick. She'll pass it over here as it was touched by Kramer. Now to Smith, back down to Booth, trying to give it back to Smith. Intercepted, however, there by Garbinger. And Garbinger will fire it on net. Sawyer makes the save, her second of the game. Trying to clear it out of the zone right now. That time was Peterson. Here's an opportunity now by Booth. She'll send it over the right wing. Picked up by Kramer. Comes across the blue line, right wing side. Dumps it into the corner, goes behind. Gabby Smith gets there first in the left corner. Puts on the brakes, avoids the hit there. Smith now trying to play it down low to Josie Kramer in that left corner. Bumped around there a little bit that time by Dawson. Played back to the point. Quick shot towards the net. Peterson shot on net. And Carlson makes the save and holds on with 14.2 seconds to go here in the first. And almost a perfect first period here for the Warriors, guys. 4-0 lead.
Yeah, it's been pretty one-sided so far.
Not what you guys saw in that Minnetonka game, right? That was more back and forth.
That was a great game,
yeah.
actually.
Unfortunately, the outcome wasn't what Brainerd Little Falls wanted, that overtime loss, but still a good fought effort for them.
Yeah.
You know, looking at this schedule for Brainerd Little Falls, they have played, I think, at least 6 to 8 top 10 teams this year in Class AA. They're in Class AA, so.
That's always good to build, get good games for playoffs to come around, so you have good momentum.
Right, and you know the teams they're playing are all the games they've lost in overtime or lost by a goal, so they've all been close.
Yeah, that's very important, and it also gives you confidence because you know you can beat the team.
Absolutely. All right, we've played one period of hockey here. 4 goals on the board for Brainerd Little Falls. None so far for the Willmar Cardinals. When we come back, we'll take a look at the first period summary, and we'll chat with the boys here a little bit about what's happening at the high school. We'll figure that out a little bit. We won't talk hockey yet. We'll figure out what's happening at the high school, all right? Sound good, guys?
Yep.
All right, after one period of play, once again, 4-0 Brainerd Little Falls leading Willmar. You're listening to Flyer Hockey on Q92, streaming online at fallsradio.com and also on Flyer Media Productions.
At CHI St. Gabriel's Health, we're your hometown healthcare team. Our multi-specialty clinic is ready to assist with everyday needs for you and your family, no matter the age. From allergies and asthma to diabetes and heart disease, CHI St. Gabriel's Health Team is dedicated to your family's wellness. Friendly faces and expert care, all close to home. Now that's a winning combination. Schedule an appointment or wellness checkup today. CHI St. Gabriel's Health. Better every day.
At Hilmerson Collision Center, we understand when you've had an accident, it can be a stressful time. That's why we minimize the confusion and inconvenience by handling the insurance claim for you. The experts at Hilmerson Collision Center take personal pride in providing a quality repair with quality service. As an additional service, we also work with Cabot Towing to help you through that stressful time for a collision repair from a name you can trust. Remember Hilmerson Collision Center.
When you need your garbage removed, call Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Locally owned and operated, Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse is ready to pick up your garbage and save you money. No administrative fees, no contracts. They offer both commercial and residential service. Whether you need a roll-off, dumpster, or can, call them today at 320-632-5212. That's 632-5212. Bob Lemire Roll-Off and Refuse in Little Falls. Living and working with you in your community. Spencer Wenner & Company is a regional independent CPA firm dedicated to serving clients with professionalism and integrity. The firm's professional staff's attention to detail and personal touch promote excellent working relationships with their clients. The firm focuses on serving accounting, tax, and business consulting needs of their business, individual, not-for-profit, and governmental clients. Schlender, Wenner & Company in Albany, St. Cloud, Monticello, Maple Lake, and their new location in Little Falls next to the dam, providing high-quality value, added professional service since 1964.
Fleet Supply, True Value in Little Falls, is a proud supporter of Flyer sports. Fleet Supply has everything you need for all your outdoor and indoor projects. They have a great selection of tools, kitchen, pet, and paint supplies, footwear, hunting supplies, and so much more. Also, check out their great monthly bargains with tons of in-store savings. Fleet Supply, True Value, your complete farm and home store. Located at 1800 First Avenue Northeast. Behind every project is a True Value. Go Flyers.
The consequences of traffic crashes are injuries, deaths, criminal charges, and financial burden. Traffic crashes forever change the lives of family and friends. This is Morrison County Sheriff Sean Larson. Our agency and our community partners care about the lives of our community members, friends, and families. Making the choice to drive without distraction and to always focus on safe driving will be the most important choice you make in your life. Protect the lives of people you care about. Remove distractions. Wear seatbelts. Obey speed laws. Don't drive while impaired. And always focus on safe driving. Safe driving saves lives. This message is sponsored by the Morrison County Safe Roads Coalition.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again to the Exchange Arena in Little Falls tonight. Girls high school hockey as Brainerd Little Falls playing for the third time this year here at the Exchange Arena. So they had a win against St. Cloud, the Icebreakers. They lost to Minnetonka, and right now they have a 4-0 lead over Willmar here in their third game this season. James Hershey here along with Ryan Buckaloo and Nolan Bjorgi joining me tonight, not only on radio but also on Flyer Media Productions. And as we talked about going off the air, period number 1, a very good period for the Brainerd Little Falls Warrior team, wasn't it, guys? Don't be so shy, guys. Come on.
Right. Yeah, it was a period they needed, especially so they got to have some momentum and confidence going into tomorrow night. They got to know they can put the puck into them, and they have to have some confidence. So
yeah, obviously how you were talking about how they have a big section game tomorrow. I think that a game like this is what they need to build strength and coming into their big section game so they can be ready for playoffs.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to get the scoring summary brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner & Company, a regional independent CPA serving the area since 1964. It's tax season now, too, so they're going to be busy here for the next few months. Once again, that's Schlenner, Wenner & Company with their new office down by the dam here in Little Falls. And, well, the scoring started at 2:16 of the first period, and it was on the power play as Willmar went to the box for too many players on the ice, and they were able to capitalize right away as Josie Kramer gets her 9th of the year. The assists go to Gabby Smith and Sophie Robinson on the power play at 2:16, and it made a 1-0 score. And anytime you get a power play opportunity, guys, you want to capitalize on it, and they were able to do so.
Obviously, special teams are a big factor in hockey, and anytime you get a power play goal, there's huge momentum for your side, so it's always great.
Yeah, and the best part about it is after they got their power play goal, they obviously didn't stop. I mean, 6 seconds later, I think it was, that they came back and they put another one in the net. So.
That they did right off the faceoff. You can't do, I don't know if you could score a goal any faster than 6 seconds off the faceoff. I don't even know what, maybe 5 seconds could be, but that's almost.
It almost depends on how fluky the goal is. I mean,
or how slow the trigger of the guy doing the clock too, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be pretty tough to score, I think, any more than maybe 5 seconds. But yeah, 6 seconds later at 2:22, Lindsay Booth gets her first of 3 goals, and the lone assist goes to Gabby Smith. It reads Booth from Smith at 2:22, her 11th of the season, and it's 2-0. And as you mentioned, you come off a power play goal, and right away you come back and get another one. That's great momentum, isn't it, guys?
It is. I mean, usually when you get a goal, the other team, they're going to come out. They're going to come out hard, and they're going to try to tie that thing up. And well, Brainerd obviously didn't let them do that by putting another one in the net, and then even after that, putting another one.
Not at all. And then what do they do again? 16 seconds later, they score again. So they scored 3 goals in a 22-second span. And that one at 2:38 of the period. Lindsay Booth gets her 12th of the season. Reagan Oss gets 1 assist. Emma Smith gets the other assist. It reads Lindsay Booth from Oss and Emma Smith at 2:38. And right there, the Warriors are comfortably ahead now by a score of 3-0. And sometimes you worry about jumping out too early because then you kind of coast the rest of the way, don't you?
Yeah, playing with a lead is one of the hardest things to do in hockey. You have to try to not worry about controlling your lead and keep adding on, and sometimes that's where team gets you.
And then now the final goal was scored at 9:13 of the period. We have it on replay here for Flyer Media Productions. You can see it was in the corner. It comes back out to the right point to Taylor Larson, who took the shot. As you saw, streaking across towards the slot there was Lindsay Booth, and it either went off her stick or went off her body into the back of the net for the 13th goal of her season. And the assist goes to Taylor Larson. It reads Lindsay Booth from Taylor Larson at 9:13 of the period. And it was 4-0 Brainerd Little Falls. A nice goal scored there. Just going to the net, good things pay off.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, you go to the net, even if you don't get a goal, you usually get a great opportunity if the puck comes out to you. She got hit by the puck, but so, hey, goal's a goal.
Good things happen when you're in front of the net.
So 4-0 is our score after 1. Shots in the period. Brainerd Little Falls with 19. Willmar with 4. And looking at the shots in the save category so far, Brea Sawyer, 4 shots faced, 4 saves. On the other side, it's Britton Carlson. She's faced 19 shots and has 15 saves. There were 2 penalties, 1 each so far on the power play. The Little Falls Brainerd Warriors, they are 1 for 1 on the power play. and the Willmar Cardinals are 0 for 1. So after one period of play, our score once again here from the Exchange Arena, it is Brainerd Little Falls 4 and the Willmar Cardinals nothing. Well, let's talk about how your senior year is going at the high school and that, wrapping things up. You only have how many months left here? I mean, the countdown has to begin here. I know we've had a chance to talk during our intermission flyer kind of profiles, but how have things been going for both of you guys? Noah, I'll ask, let's go. Noah.
Yeah, I'll go first.
We'll go with you first.
My first semester went pretty well. I only had one study hall, so I was grinding for 6 classes. And then, so I did pretty well, I'd say. I mean, I had all A's in every class except one. Econ got me pretty well, but that's tough. And then second semester, I mean, I got my first hour is college comp, second hour is environmental studies, and then third's the study hall, fourth is gym, which I can't participate in right now. And then fifth, sixth, and seventh, I do an internship with Mr. Bergman at the elementary school, so it's an awesome schedule.
How about for you, Ryan?
Yeah, I definitely took the other way out of senior year. I took the easy way out. Senior year has been fun so far. I've had a lot of easy classes, just focusing on sports and trying to get ready for college. And second semester has been fun so far. I started my internship in the morning with Kucher at the elementary school, and then I come back for a couple elective classes, and that's my day.
Awesome. Hey, let me ask you this. Obviously, you guys have been there for 4 years. Is there a teacher that's really guided, helped you along, I guess, at the high school level that you can maybe say, hey, thanks a lot for doing that?
Yeah, I'd say Mr. Stockard. I mean, he's the toughest teacher at the high school, in my opinion, I think. But you develop a relationship right away. He develops a relationship with every kid, and that's what I like about him so much. And he's helped me so much.
How about you, Ryan?
I have a couple. Miss Nagel, I've seen her every day for the last 4 years. She's my advisor. She's helped me through making sure I've had all the right credits and making sure I'm on the right way to graduate. And then Mr. Mossman, I've seen him a lot throughout the days, and I've just had a lot of conversation with him, and he's got to know me on a personal level, and I've had a lot of good things I could have talked to him about. So I've built good relationships with both of them, and I'm glad about it.
How is the class of 2020? You know, I mean, overall, I mean, are you guys a pretty tight-knit class, or is it, I mean, how, I guess, is the class of 2020?
I mean, our class has a lot of different groups of who kids hang out with and stuff, but
it's pretty typical,
you can definitely
right?
say it's a lot smaller than it started.
Yeah, we started out with, I believe, 210 students.
Somewhere around 200.
And now we're down to like 165, 162, so, I mean, I wasn't really close with many of those kids that, I don't know where they went, but I've just developed good relationships over the years with all my classmates. So.
But it was definitely cool to see as you come into high school and how your friends change over the year and how your teammates become your best friends and you build a brotherhood, and it's been a cool experience.
Absolutely. I mean, high school, I think, is sometimes the best years of your life. Even maybe as you're doing it, you don't think about it. But then when you get up to my age, you go, oh, yeah, I kind of miss those things, you know?
Yeah, the last 3 years, just every day you just like say you can't wait to get done when senior year comes by and you're like, how did I get here? It feels like yesterday I walked in for freshman year for the first time and I had no idea where any of my classes were, walking around the hallways lost.
Yeah. We don't even. Well, for me, I don't want to be a senior. I mean, I love school. I love all the sporting events. Those are my favorite. Just getting together with a bunch of classmates, cheering on your other classmates.
Sporting events were definitely one of the funnest parts of high school, being able to cheer on your friends and have a fun time with your friends in the stands and making memories that'll last for a lifetime.
Absolutely, and that's the cool thing. Those memories will stay with you for a lifetime. So hopefully you have a good rest of your senior year, and of course we're hoping for good things on the ice too here coming up in the last couple of weeks, and we'll talk about in the second intermission more about the hockey team and that. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds great.
All righty, the puck is down. We are underway with period number 2. As the netminders have switched ends, I think we still have the same goaltenders. That's something we always have to check. You just never know when a coach is going to decide to make a goalie change in that, but it looks like So far, Sawyer and Carlson in net for both teams. Penalty boxes are empty, and the Warriors are on the attack once again. The backhand attempt there by Kramer just goes off of her blade. Otherwise, that might have ended up into the back of the net for a 5-0 lead. And going over to cover up there will be Carlson, and she will hold on. There are some other games going on around the area tonight. We'll try to get some score updates of those, not only on the girls' side, but also on the boys' side. We'll do that coming up in the second intermission. A big game for you guys to probably find out is River Lakes taking on Fergus Falls tonight. That's a big game tonight. You probably want to figure out that one. That one might be a little tricky to get an update on because it's in Paynesville tonight, but we'll see. I'll do my best of researching that to see maybe if we can get a score on that. There's some other big games going on, too, in girls hockey tonight, and we'll try to get you a couple of updates on those games, too, in our second intermission. Played back down once again towards the netminder Sawyer. She somehow is able to keep it out of the net. There's a rush, and the second shot there just goes wide by Bailey Olson. Played back the other way now, a potential 3-on-2 rush coming in on the right wing side. Low shot, save made there by the netminder Carlson. And holding on there is the netminder to stop the shot there from the 8th grader Molly Polkamp.
Little back and forth action to start the second period.
Yeah, Willmar had a great chance pulling in the net. So hopefully they have maybe they get a little confidence coming in, and sometimes it's not bad like coming into a period knowing that hey, it's uphill from here from the last period. So.
Well, sometimes that's where the coaching comes into play. Okay, this is what we saw in period number 1. This is what you better look for in period number 2 and change things up a little bit.
Yeah, obviously coaches want to get their kids figure it out, but they don't want to tear them down so they think they're out of the game. You just got to build momentum and keep fighting back.
Absolutely. Played all the way across that, I believe, hit the tape there. It did there. Peyton Lemire, so they whip off the icing. 15 minutes to go here. In the second, 4-0 is our score. All 4 goals were scored in the first period. 3 of those in a matter of 22 seconds. And also 3 of those 4 goals scored by Lindsay Booth, who's got the hat trick already. Speaking of hat trick, Nick Stevens had a hat trick the other night. Was that the first hat trick of the season for the Flyers?
Not positive, but
it was. I think Gabe's had one.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
I think there's been a couple actually.
Okay. I tried to get my partner Jamie Pettit to look that up, and I don't think he remembered to look that up. So
yeah, I think even Gus might have had one too.
You think Gussie might have had one too?
I think he might have had one.
Okay. You guys haven't had one yet this year.
No.
No, you're like no. Oh, it can happen.
Yeah.
Might as well start now, right?
Yeah.
Played back out at center ice by the Cardinals. They'll dump it back in. Quickly picked up here by the Warriors. And the Warriors doing a great job, guys, of just getting the puck right away in their own zone and then dumping it out to center ice and moving it in.
Yeah, it's dump and change. It's a very important part of the game. Change, get the forecheck going so you can pin defenses in their own zone.
Here's a chance down low. That is Molly Polkamp trying to take a shot towards the net. Played out to center ice. Back the other way now come the Cardinals. This is Bailey with it. Bailey gets to her forehand. Down low, nice tip in front. Shot score by Monson for the Cardinals. And it is 4-1, and a great job of driving the net there. Monson, and finding her there was Bailey Olson and getting the assist.
That's clearly what Willmar needed right there.
Yeah, they came out quick, and 13 minutes and 33 seconds left of the period. They scored relatively quick. That was important.
So
coaches always say the next goal is the biggest one.
Watch here on Flyer Media Productions the replay, the potential 2-on-1 as you see Olsen coming in on the right wing. She'll slide it over, and just getting a piece of it there was Monson to beat the netminder Sawyer. And it'll be once again the goal scored by Maya Monson, her 23rd of the season. The lone assist on that goal goes to Bailey Olson, her 27th assist of the year. And it is now 4-1 in favor of Brainerd Little Falls. So they slowly creep back into this one. Quick shot taken there over the cage there by Shaylee Stroot. and played back out to center all the way down. This is going to be icing, I think, on the Cardinals as it crosses the goal line extended before Garbender could get to it. 12:52 to go here in the second, and a 4-1 lead for Brainerd Little Falls. You get a chance to, and I know there's not a lot of girls at the high school that play on the team. In fact, there's only, I think, just to be Emily Johnson, Kendra Kuchar, and Kylie Seidel, which are all freshmen. So I'm sure your friend group really doesn't follow that much. Do you get a chance to talk to any of those girls at all?
No, not really.
Not much?
We also have a Sierra Kicker in our
Sierra
grade.
Kicker, that's right. I forgot about Sierra, too. Yep.
I don't have any classes. I actually didn't practice. I was talking to Kuchar about it because I had no clue who all played, like how many Little Falls girls are on the team. So.
Yeah, I forgot about Sierra. Of course, Sierra being a senior, too, so she's in your class. And I know she didn't play last year, but she came back to play this year and got an opportunity. And I heard she scored a goal, I believe it was, on Tuesday in Brainerd for senior night there.
Yeah, I remember last home game here against Minnetonka. She actually scored I'm pretty sure it was the JV winner.
Yep.
So that was pretty cool.
Speaking of the junior varsity team, they were winners earlier today here. So I think they are now, I want to say they are maybe 20-4.
I think Kuchar said that they're 19-3 today when I asked them.
Okay. So somewhere around that. Yeah. So maybe 20-3 now. They're a 20-win season for them. But talking with some of the assistant coaches for the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors, they said, yeah, there are a lot of girls that are coming on up and a lot of young girls still. Yeah. So the future looks bright here for Brainerd Little Falls Warrior hockey. A lot of people think, well, once some of these kids graduate, it's going to be over. But that's not the case, it looks like, this year or in the future. There's plenty of girls that will be coming up. Good move that time there by Bailey Olson on the backhand attempt. And then Sawyer has to make a save. Definitely the Cardinals are showing much more offensive life here in period number 2 than they did in period number 1. Out at center ice, played back down into the Cardinal zone. Picked up here by Folden. Nice little move. Backhand attempt, shoot, scores. And it's 5-1 as Bren Folden just kind of took a quick V-line towards the netminder Carlson.
Replay.
And the replay coming here. She almost the goal line extended, comes right in, backhand right through the 5-hole, and the goal scored. And it is 5-1 now in favor of Brainerd Little Falls.
That was important to get that one back. You're up by 4 again. You can relax, you know.
Here's that goal.
Number 4, Brianne Holden. Time of the goal, 5:31.
So it's going to be an unassisted goal, it looks like. Time of the goal coming at 5:41 of the period. And Bren Folden has her 8th of the season. And so back to a 4-goal lead once again at 5-1. Warriors back on the attack once again. Coming in from the right point was Reagan Oss. Oss now in that corner. Puck taken away there by the Cardinals. They'll play it around the end wall. Play down on the near side, trying to clear it out. Good job here by Stroot. Quick shot on net. Save made there by Carlson. Rebound attempt there. Shot on net. Another save. On the rebound attempt, Peyton Lemire tried to knock it in. And Britton Carlson, the senior, able to keep it out of the net. Otherwise, it would have been 6-1. So the faceoff coming up down in the Cardinal zone here with 10:53 to go in the second. Guys looking at the shots, 29-7, so there has been a few more shots for the Cardinals here in the second period.
Yeah, and Willmar's goalie has been playing pretty well, too. I mean, 5 goals may seem like a lot, but, I mean, I think they've had a couple of defensive breakdowns where she's came up big, so.
And you notice, too, I think, and I think you guys can see this, too, the Warriors look like they're at least a half a stride quicker than the Cardinals. So, and kind of like what we saw in your game on Tuesday, at least in the first period, you guys were about a half a stride quicker than the Otters.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly on Tuesday, we had a little bit of an advantage of them coming off with dead legs, but coming off hard and having an extra jump on a team is always a good factor to your side.
You know, and when you heard in the interview, we talked with Jack Freeman. They've had a lot of games here at the end of the season. So, there's a big hit in the corner and a penalty coming up here. That'll be That'll be most likely a body check. If not, maybe some kind of a check from behind. We'll have to see what they call here. As finally it is touched here by the Cardinals. It will be a body check. And so it looks like Nia Dawson will go to the box 2 minutes for the body check. And that means it'll be a Pizza Ranch power play. So somebody can win some pizza. Now, once again, if you're new to us, so the Pizza Ranch power play, if the Warriors score on the power play, you want to be caller number 3 at 632-2306. And we also say you make sure you haven't won in the last 30 days. That is one of the rules I know that we also have to let you know. So if you haven't won in the last 30 days and the Warriors are able to score, you can win some pizza. I think you guys could qualify, actually, if you wanted to. You'd have to call, though. You can't do it just here.
Yeah.
1 for 1 on the power play so far are the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors, and the Cardinals are clear at the length of the ice. Inside of 10 minutes to go here in a 5-1 lead for Brainerd Little Falls. Play down on the right wing side. Rink wide pass too strong to handle. Going after it is Emma Booth. They'll wave off the icing. Poked around to the side of the net now. Picked up here by Stroot. Plays it back now to Robinson at the left point. Going to the right side as it's touched there by Peyton Lemire. Lemire, passer, check that. That's actually Smith with it. Now it's Lindsey Booth with a shot on net. Save made there by Carlson. Booth picks it back up. Gives it to Emma Smith. Smith's shot on net. And there's a puck in the back of the net for a goal. And there's a player for the Warriors that's slow to get up in front. I believe that is Emma Booth. And I believe Shaylee Stroot is going to get credit for the goal. It's a power play goal. So if you haven't won in the last 30 days, caller number 3 at 632-2306 is going to win some pizza from the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls. She got slew-footed there, didn't she?
Yeah. Angie Doble, get that pizza.
Making out calls quickly there, huh?
Yeah.
And it's now a power play goal, and it's 6-1.
Number 8, Emma Booth with an assist to number 16, Emma Smith. Booth from Smith, time of the goal.
So Booth, the one that actually got knocked down in front, was the one that got a piece of the puck, they say.
Yeah, it looked like it hit her shoulder when she fell down.
So Booth gets credit for, hey, any way you get credit for a goal, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, they don't ask how.
A goal's a goal. At the end of the season, it's how many you have in there. It doesn't how pretty it looks,
yeah,
right?
They don't ask how, they ask how many.
Exactly, just like you said. So it's 6-1. Goal scored by Emma Booth, which actually Emma had a broken hand and actually broke her hand here at the St. Cloud game back in December earlier. Had to sit all the way out until actually the War Road game. So the time that the last broadcast I did here against St. Cloud to the next time I did a game against War Road, it was the time she was out. But now she's back in the lineup, and it's good to see. And actually, that is her first goal scored here in a while. And that's goal number 4 of the season for her. And she had an outstanding state tournament last year. If you guys remember that, she was kind of that bulldog, all over the place, in-your-face kind of girl that just did a great job last year in that state tournament championship run. Here's Taylor Larson with an opportunity. Shot on net, save made there by Carlson. Back to the point it comes. Another shot by Peterson. That one goes wide. Picked up here by Lindsey Booth. Booth now goes behind the net. Intercepted here by the Cardinals. And they'll flip it to the line and just out. Coming out of the box there was Robinson. She'll dump it back into the Cardinal zone. And then Willmar will clear it out. And out to center ice it comes. Picked right back up here now. This is Gabby Smith. Smith comes across the line. Smith goes around the circle. Goes hard to the net. Backhand attempt. That one right through the blue paint. That one goes all the way up into the air. Comes down. The Cardinals will play it to the line. Out to center ice it comes. But it'll be fired right back in once again by Sophie Robinson. 7 minutes to go here in the second. And a 6-1 lead in favor of Brainerd Little Falls. Going back to pick up the loose puck now. This is Sophie Robinson. Robinson will play it over on the left wing. Comes out to center ice. Picked up here now by Emma Smith. Smith comes across the blue line. Left wing side. Goes into the corner with it now. Puts on the brakes there. Passes it down there as it was briefly touched by Folden. Folden's gotten a goal tonight for the Warriors and a penalty coming up here as it looks like Emma Booth got her stick in there on, I believe that was Bailey Olson. Put her to the ice. And a penalty coming up against the Warriors with 6:31 to go here in the second. 6-1 in favor of Brainerd Little Falls. And, of course, guys, this is where the Cardinals want to get back into the game. They need to start scoring some power play goals.
Yeah, they got to get going.
Hey, congratulations. It wasn't Angie Doble. It was Becca Check from Little Falls. She is our Pizza Ranch power play winner.
Is that for the first one or just for the last one?
It was Bernie was the first one, and now Becca is the second winner. So there you go. So, nope, 0 for 2 on that. Even for Dobis. He must not be listening tonight.
He must not be on there.
He must be, maybe he's somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe he's got class or something.
Yeah.
You'll have to give him some heck tomorrow then. On the power play, and once again, it's shorthanded opportunities here for Brainerd Little Falls. Warriors do have a couple of shorthanded goals on the season. One of those, Gabby Smith, the other, Lindsay Booth. Going to the box is Lindsay Booth. Gabby Smith coming out. Josie Kramer doing a good job of forechecking. Willmar so far, they are 0 for 1 on the power play. 5:35 to go here in the second. And a 6-1 lead. Right wing side, a little give and go. They tried to pass it over to Smith to Kramer. The pass just wasn't strong enough. And it'll come all the way back down into the Warrior end. Realize that the Cardinals are on the power play, but it looks like Brainerd Little Falls is doing all the damage offensively.
Yeah.
Goes off the back wall, played around the boards. Kramer will send it all the way down. There's 40 seconds left to go on the tripping call to Emma Booth. 5:05 to go here in the second. And a 6-1 lead in favor of Brainerd Little Falls. Just a reminder, you're listening to Brainerd Little Falls Warrior Girls Hockey tonight on Q92 WYRQ, streaming online at fallsradio.com and watching on Flyer Media Productions channel 181 and also on YouTube as the crew behind the scenes doing a great job. I know Austin Moore is in the truck. Mark Deal is there. Adam Patrick is on the other side. And I believe there was a A.J. Mickelson, I think was the other one, or Nielsen maybe was the other guy. Well, hopefully Mark will give me a text on that. Those are the camera operators behind and also working hard in the truck tonight. James Hershey here at center ice with a couple of Little Falls Flyer hockey players, Nolan Bjorgi and Ryan Buckaloo. And the penalty time has expired to Emma Booth, and we are back once again to 5-on-5 hockey here with 4:10 to go in the second. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play, and we'll slow things down. A.J. Nielsen, that's who it is. So he's our other camera operator.
Alrighty. So 4 minutes and 7 seconds left, and I mean, Willmar needs a goal or two at the end of this period. They want a shot, I feel.
Now 33-7 on the shots right now, guys, isn't it? Pretty one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah.
There was, after the end of the first period, is 19-4. Willmar has 3 shots this period to 14 shots for Brainerd Little Falls.
Yeah, pucks on net is always a huge factor in any outcome of any game.
Yeah, especially when the team you're facing against has more goals than you have shots, almost has more goals than you have shots.
Well, the one thing for this Brainerd Little Falls team, though, the last 2 games that they've lost, they've had a total of 70 shots.
Wow.
But only 1 goal.
Yeah.
That's good playing by the opposing goalies then.
And that's just it. They went against North Wright County, which North Wright County has a gal called Anna LaRose. She's going to the University of Maine.
Wow.
So, and she gave up 1 goal in the 4-1 win that North Wright County had over Brainerd Little Falls. And if you follow girls hockey, Brainerd Little Falls was the team that North Wright County, that they beat to go to state last year, was North Wright County. That was, I think, a 3-2 game over at the Runestone in Alexandria. And then on Tuesday, you had Chloe Stockinger, which is a very good goaltender, too. I think she is going to one of the MIAC schools here. Right. And she shut out this Brainerd Little Falls team on Tuesday 2-0. So it was nice to see Brainerd Little Falls finally get on the scoring side of things and kind of break the schneid a little bit of what's been happening with them with having 70 shots. Here they got 33 shots, but also 6 goals to show for it.
Yeah, well, it's definitely good for them to get more and more confidence back.
Absolutely, and especially going into a game tomorrow night, too, against the Rosa Rams, which really, that game has the #1 seed on the line. A win for Brainerd Little Falls, and they have a legitimate shot to be the number 1 seed. A loss, and then most likely they'll be a 2 seed. It's really the battle of who's going to be the number 1 seed tomorrow night. Not maybe the easiest thing to do to try to have a 4-hour bus ride up to play in Roseau, but nonetheless, you got to do it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you guys know about those long bus rides, don't you?
You know, for sure.
Going to the International Falls?
Yeah, and I think it's important that if they have a win tonight, that I think they'll have a good time, and they'll be more optimistic about the game tomorrow, I feel like.
1:49 to go here in the second. 6-1 is our score. Brainerd Little Falls leading. The Willmar Cardinals coming up in the second intermission. We'll take a look at some of the scores around the area, and then we'll also talk a little bit about what's shaking with the boys team.
Oh, that's texting Andrew.
Okay.
Yeah.
Out at center ice, picked up here now for the Cardinals. Up on the left wing side, this is Mara coming in. Fires a shot, goes off the back glass. Trying to dig it out of there is Jenna Neiman. Neiman now will pick up the loose puck. She'll throw it off the boards. Get up there on the tape that time of Molly Hagley, and she'll dump it deep down into the Cardinal zone as we start seeing some of the fourth liners out there now too for Brainerd Little Falls. And that's always nice when you can get everybody out to play a game, because you just never know when you might need those players, and it's good to get some experience, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. We've had plenty of games, I feel like, that this year, that many of our fourth liners have gotten the opportunity to, and they've scored, I think. I don't know how many goals, but they've been scoring some goals too.
Yeah, I think, I know for sure Carter Othald has a couple of goals.
Yeah, I think he has too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, games like that are very huge. Like, you never know when a guy's going to go down, like Nolan, for example, and those guys fill in great spots and play great, and that's huge for us.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, knock on wood, have been pretty healthy for the most part, with the exception now of what happened to you, but looks like you're going to be back at it again here soon. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've had injuries in the past before that, like a couple of years ago, Ben Sawada, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I think we've been pretty lucky this year.
Absolutely. And injury, or I should say a penalty coming up here, as the Cardinals, and the tripping call goes to Audrey Schwart. Schwart goes to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. So another power play opportunity. Somebody can win some pizza if they're listening still.
Angie.
So here we go, 632-2306 if the Warriors score, and make sure you haven't won in the last 30 days. 2 for 2 on the power play so far are the Warriors tonight, so chances might be good. Shot on net, save made by the netminder Carlson, that coming off the stick of Emma Smith. Let's talk about the power play a little bit, and what are the girls out there right now, what kind of setup do they have out there?
Well, it looked like, you go ahead.
Yeah, well, they went to the right defenseman, number 16, and then they worked it over to Robinson, and then Booth was on the left side. Now she's on the right, but they just kept working, and then they'd go in and get a shot.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting an overload on one side and trying to work into an umbrella and get a shot from the point.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, see. 21 seconds left to go here in the second. Minute 30 to go on the power play. Booth now has it back to Robinson. Robinson walks over to the high slot. Now give and go. Booth to Robinson. Fills in. Shot on net. Save made there by Carlson. Picked up by Emma Smith. She'll get it over to Lindsay Booth. Now to Robinson. Robinson with a quick shot on net. That tipped in front there by Emma Booth and tips it into the corner. And the Cardinals will clear it out. That's the horn. And the second period comes to an end. It was 4-0 after 1. And 2 goals scored by Brainerd Little Falls, 1 for Willmar. And after 2, our score is 6-1. And, Willmar was trying to get themselves into it. They got it to 4-1, but right coming back after that was Brainerd with 2 goals.
Yeah. I thought they came out really hard, I thought, Willmar did, and then I just think I don't know if they gave up, but just after that goal went in.
I think they shut down after Brainerd answered back.
And Brainerd's got a lot of skilled players too, so.
That they do. Well, we've played 2 periods of hockey, and it's pretty much Brainerd Little Falls in this one, 6-1. We're going to take a break. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the second period summary, and then we'll also chat with these guys about the boys hockey team and some big games coming up for them yet in the final couple weeks. Back after this, you're listening to Flyer Hockey right here on Q92, or I should say Warrior Girls Hockey on Q92, and also on fallsradio.com.
Come grow with us. Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union knows your financial needs change over time, and our goal is to be your financial partner for life, offering products and services for all your stages. From a child's first savings account to a teenager's first car purchase or the pride of home ownership and a retirement plan for your golden years, we truly can help you at any stage of your life. We invite you to stop by or go online to mmfcu.org to learn more. Mid-Minnesota Federal Credit Union. We're with you all the way. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Whether you have been injured, suffer from chronic pain or illness, or are recovering from surgery, Advanced Physical Therapy in Little Falls helps bring muscle function back so you can once again enjoy life to its fullest. Put your trust in the physical therapist with over 30 years of experience where comfort and care are the #1 priorities. The therapy staff at Advanced Physical Therapy will work with your own doctor to develop the best plan of care that is individualized specifically for you. With an entire team working on your behalf, you can't go wrong when you choose Advanced Physical Therapy.
Fleet Supply, True Value in Little Falls, is a proud supporter of Flyer Sports. Fleet Supply has everything you need for all your outdoor and indoor projects. They have a great selection of tools, kitchen, pet, and paint supplies, footwear, hunting supplies, and so much more. Also, check out their great monthly bargains with tons of in-store savings. Fleet Supply True Value, your complete farm and home store. Located at 1800 First Avenue Northeast. Behind every project is a True Value. Go Flyers.
In our local communities, we're only as strong as our people and our businesses. Hi, I'm Ben Schneider with North Risk Partners in Little Falls, Minnesota. Our firm partners with top companies like Auto Owners Insurance to help people and businesses face their risk head-on with proactive insurance solutions. North Risk Partners. Face risk head-on. Learn more at northriskpartners.com.
North Risk Partners proudly offers coverage through Auto Owners Insurance.
When you need quality repair, quality service, the only name to remember is Hilmerson Collision Center. Hi, this is Michelle. Our collision work is always guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. The reason we can do this is because of the great work our team here at Hilmerson Collision Center does. We hope you never get into an accident, but if you do, we're here to help. At Hilmerson Collision Center, quality repair, quality service, guaranteed is not just a slogan, but our promise to you. And remember, Hilmerson Collision Center is the home of Captain Ron's Oasis Spas.
As children gain independence, they have more and more chances to drink alcohol and use drugs. That's why it is so important for parents to create an alliance with other parents. Talk to each other about your rules and expectations regarding not allowing underage drinking. 89% of Little Falls parents agree that parents should take steps like check in with other parents, use curfews, and require their children to check in during the evening to prevent underage drinking. This is Kathy Lang from CHI St. Gabriel's Health on behalf of Stand Up For You Coalition.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again here. It is period intermission number 2. Girls hockey tonight here on Q92, streaming online at fallsradio.com. Also on Flyer Media Productions, channel 181 and YouTube. James Hershey here along with Ryan Buckaloo and Nolan Bjorgi. And we'll take a look at the second period summary brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner and Company. And guys, 3 goals to tell you about. 2 for Brainerd Little Falls, 1 for the Cardinals. And in fact, the Cardinals were the ones that scored first here in period number 2. At 3:24 of the period, they score, and that was Maya Munson scoring the goal. Bailey Olson gets the assist. So it reads Munson from Olson, and here we'll show on the replay here on the 2-on-1 that developed. Actually, it looked like Robinson did get back and try to get that forward coming back to stop her, but unable to get to her as the pass there from Olsen over to Monson as she was to tip it past Sawyer for the first goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great play. I mean, good. It's barely snuck in, it looked like, on the replay. So, and that was huge to come out of the period and get a goal like that.
So it's an even strength goal. Monson picking up her 23rd of the year. Olsen gets the assist at 3:24, makes it 4-1. Brainerd Little Falls then would get back that 4-goal lead once again. This time it was Bren Folden with the goal at 5:31 of the period. And you'll see Folden come out on that left wing, cuts hard to the goal, backhand, and as we've been talking about all night, anytime you go hard or get near that net, good things happen, and there it did for Bren.
Yeah, whenever you get pucks in the net, good things happen, and answering back after giving him a goal is always huge.
So Folden picks up her 8th of the year to make it a 5-1 score. And then once again, here's the other replay of that, just shaking hard, and then a backhand, and went right through the wickets and into the net for the goal. It made it a 5-1 score. Then the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors were able to score on the power play. Second time tonight on the power play. This time it is Emma Booth. The shot from Emma Smith hit Emma Booth, and you'll see the replay here as the pass will come out to Emma Smith at the high circle. Falling down there, there was going to be a penalty probably called there. Emma Booth, as she was falling down, it's going to hit her here as we see on the replay. Shot was taken, and she just kind of was in the right place at the right time. I think it just kind of deflected off her and into the net for the goal. So Emma Booth gets credit for the goal, her 4th of the season. Emma Smith, the lone assist at 7:46, and our score is 6-1. That's where we are right now. 3 penalties in the period, 2 for Willmar and 1 for Brainerd Little Falls so far on the power play. Warriors are a perfect 2 for 2, and they still have 1:11 yet of a power play to start the third. On the other side for the Willmar Cardinals, they are 0 for 2 on the power play. Shots in period number 2 for Willmar. They had 3 for a 2-period total of 7. Brainerd with 18 with a 2-period total of 37. And so far, it's a 6-1 lead for Brainerd Little Falls over Willmar after 2 periods of play.
Yeah, like you mentioned before, the period first period started, Brainerd's power play percentage was at 10%, and having 2 power play goals, I mean, I don't know how much that's going to raise your percent, but it raises your confidence for every power play. And with this third period and with tomorrow night, that could be very vital for them.
Yeah, and no matter how close the game is, special teams is always a factor, like I said, and power play, penalty kill have been both very good for Brainerd so far.
Absolutely. All right, there are some games going around the area, girls hockey games. The Icebreakers, St. Cloud Icebreakers took on Alexandria today. That game was played at the Runestone, and Alexandria won that game by a final score of 5-2. So that'll probably go a little ways when it comes to the section seedings of those 2 teams. So a win once again for Alex. Other games, Sartell Sauk Rapids is at home tonight against North Wright County. That is the team that the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors lost to on Tuesday, and after 1 period of play, there is no score in that game. Other girls action to check out, at least so far on the scoreboard, that if we have anything else. Looks like that's all we have for that. Switching over to boys hockey, we played 2 periods down at Paynesville. River Lakes leading Fergus Falls by a score of 3-0. So I'm trying to think how that game plays out if River Lakes wins that game. You guys beat Fergus twice. They'll have beaten them maybe twice too then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of.
I mean, our section's had all kinds of weird scores this year, so it's going to come down to the crunch time, the coaches meeting at the end of the year to see how the seedings goes.
Tuesday's really important.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that in just a moment. St. Cloud Cathedral playing Monticello tonight. And after 1 period of play, St. Cloud Cathedral leading Monticello by a score of 2-1. Monticello actually took a 1-0 lead in that game, but back-to-back goals by Mac Motzko and Colin Hiltner have given the Crusaders the lead after 1 period of play. And just 1 period of play, 2-1. Shots are 13-2 in that game in favor of the Crusaders, but the Moose only trail by 1 so far. And let's see, any other scores to pass along here before we chat a little bit more about your team? I think there was one other game here that I saw. Oh yeah, Prairie Center taking on Breckenridge Wahpeton. Those 2 teams are battling, and right now Breck Wap leading 1-0 over Prairie Center after 1 period of play, but Prairie Center out shooting Breck Wap 13-4. So you mentioned a big game coming up on Tuesday, but it's kind of the same scenario here. You see Brainerd Little Falls in having to play a game before the big game happens, and you guys have a game coming up against Rochester Lourdes on Saturday.
Yeah, obviously Saturday is our next game, and we have to take that as momentum into Saturday, playing Alexandria Tuesday, which will be our biggest game of the season. Obviously, falling at the beginning of the season on our home ice to them was a downfall, but as they have the home ice advantage on Tuesday, we need to come in strong right away and punch them in the mouth and hope for good things to happen and just work with our systems, and hopefully we get a win on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Now the question is going to be, is Nolan Bjorgi, when do we see you in the lineup? And that is going to be the big question, I guess, because there's a lot of people that want to know, because that third line this year of yourself in Mason Doble and then also Hayden Johnson at the time have been just great. I think we've looked at the stats. I think you've only given up like a couple of goals all year when you've been out there. So when do we see you back on the ice once again? Is it too early to tell yet?
Well, I started skating yesterday, and I mean, I didn't really shoot the puck at all yesterday. I barely passed, but today during practice I could take wrist shots. I was told I could do that, and I didn't have any pain with that. So I mean, I'm shooting for Tuesday, but of course I don't want to risk injury. I don't know if it's worth it just to throw away your season, but just third line this year. Us three, we really get along well, and I mean we hang out. Like just this past weekend, me Doble went over to Hayden's, and we just chilled the whole night, spent the night, and we just been like that this season. I've gotten to know Hayden a lot better. I mean, I knew him before the season pretty well, but just like on a personal level, and then our team chemistry on the ice in practice, and it's just great. So I'm excited to get back.
Yeah, like Nolan said, chemistry has been huge for us this year. We've come out as a team a lot more than in the past, and we've gotten a lot more team events and getting everybody to get to know each other and everybody having fun together. And I think it's helped showing ice a lot for us, and we've had good things go for us this year.
I know Tony tried to shake the lines up a few times, but this is one of the few years that I've seen him stick with lines pretty much throughout the year, and I think that's helped you guys build the chemistry that you have.
Yeah, for sure. I remember my sophomore year, I wasn't on varsity, but I just, even JV, he would switch up the lines like crazy. It was every week, this kid's first line last week, now he's third line.
I think it helps every day in practice being able to skate with the same guys and getting to know where they are on the ice and how you play with them is a huge factor, and being able to know where your teammates are is huge.
Of course, you lined up with Nick Stevens and Gabe Hirsch, and you guys have had a pretty good year this year. You've had a phenomenal senior year, hasn't he, Nolan?
Yeah.
I mean, he's come out of the woodwork. But where is this kid? There's been some coaches that have said, where has this kid been?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's had a 30-plus point season so far, and hopefully that'll be a 40-plus and maybe even some more.
Yeah, Bucky's been put the grind in this summer, which was really awesome. Summer hockey, going to Fitness Connection, working out those late nights, and
we work out together summer to get ready for this year. And I think as we came into season prepared, and we got to build strength with our teammates, and everyone was ready to go in full swing, so it was very helpful.
Well, I tell you what, putting in the work, it generally pays off, and it has definitely for you guys this year. So getting back to the girls' game here is at 6-1, 27 seconds left on the Pizza Ranch power play. And so far that power play has been perfect for the Warriors. They're 2 for 2. 6-1 is our score. And, of course, if the Warriors do score the next goal here, that'll be a 6-goal differential, and we're in the third period. We would go to running time, so that is a possibility here. Trying to keep it in the zone, and it's picked off here now, this time by Peyton Lemire. She'll go into the corner with it, goes behind the netminder Carlson. Still 15 seconds left on the power play. Gets it down over to Avery Lemire. Pass back to the right point, touched there briefly by Smith, gets it down low, now picked up by Stroop. Down to 5 seconds left on the power play. As you hear the paddle there of the netminder Sawyer, and the penalty time has expired as Willmar back to 5-on-5. So the first time the Warriors were not able to score on the power play, as they're now 2 for 3 on the power play. No shots yet to go here in the opening minute 30 of the third period. And it's all Warriors as they lead by a score of 6-1. Out at center ice, puck picked up here now by Booth. This is Emma Booth, tried to slide it over there as Molly Hagley was coming through the line. Unable to pick that puck up was Molly. Now it's Booth once again with it. Booth just ridden to the wall there. And would have been a good clean check probably for a boys game, but for a girls game, that's a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know, is that her second checking penalty? I don't know if that was...
It'll be Christensen that actually going to go to the box for the Cardinals.
Yeah, it was a good check for boys hockey, but I don't know if there was ever a rule if they could check back in the day. I don't know. But
You know, I don't believe there was. I think they've always kind of kept it that way.
Yeah.
So another power play, and you know what that means? Another Pizza Ranch power play. 632-2306 is that phone number. If the Warriors score on the power play, somebody could win some pizza from our friends at the Pizza Ranch. I got a feeling we're going to give away some pizza here, guys, shortly.
For sure.
Here's Emma Booth. Gets it back to Emma Smith. Smith now over to Lindsay Booth. Lindsay Booth down now. Trying to handle in the corner there is Shaylee Stroot. Plays it over now to Booth. Back to Smith. Left side now to Robinson. That goes off her tape and comes out to center. Picked back up here by Emma Smith. She'll give it off to Lindsay Booth. Booth now pass over to Robinson. Robinson on the left side. She'll throw it off the back glass. Picked up there first by Lindsay Booth. The Warriors are just too quick for the Cardinals as they get to the puck a lot faster than Willmar. And Willmar finally will at least get it out to center ice. This will go all the way down. And it'll be picked up here by Taylor Larson. Inside a minute to go on the Pizza Ranch power play. Out at center, this goes through everyone with a wave off the icing. Who's going to get there first? Folden might get there first. She does. Ren Folden now passes over to the left point. Larson trying to get it back to Folden, goes off her tape, comes back out to center ice. Still 38 seconds to go here on the Pizza Ranch power play. Brainerd Little Falls leading 6-1 with 13:45 to go here in the third. Back the other way. Trying to come in are the Cardinals on the play that time. That was Dawson. Couldn't get it to her forehand. Back the other way now comes Smith, and Smith nearly had an opportunity there, maybe on a 3-on-1. However, the puck hit one of the Cardinals, comes back out to center, and they have to touch up onside the Warriors. And the Cardinals clear it the length of the ice with just 8 seconds left to go here on the power play. 13:18 to go here in the third. And a 6-1 lead for Brainerd Little Falls. Penalty time has expired. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Played down behind the Cardinal netminder Carlson. Picked up here by the Cardinals and Bailey Olson. Olson slides it over to Monson. Monson, the lone goal scorer here, tries to return the favor that time as the pass over there on the right wing side. On the doorstep that time was Ashley Larson for the Cardinals. Didn't connect, and it plays back out to center. Carlson had it there. Check that. Larson had it for a short time. Intercepted here now and picked up by Olson. Olson at center ice trying to weave her way through. Gets it across the Warrior line, but then the Warriors flip it back out to neutral. Left wing. This is Stroot with it. Ridden off the play there. Stroot still trying to work it in deeper behind the netminder Carlson as she looks over the right shoulder. Plays right behind her net. Comes out to the right side. This is Robinson now with it. Robinson with a high shot. That one right over the cage. Off the back wall. Coming in from the left point that time was Reagan Oss. She'll play it in a little bit deeper. Picked up by the Cardinals, and they'll flip it to the line, but not out yet. Finally does come out to neutral ice. 12:05 to go here in the third. 6-1, Brainerd Little Falls leads. Here's Emma Booth now coming in. Shot a low one there as it kind of trickled in on the netminder Carlson. She makes the save and holds on. And once again, the Brainerd Little Falls look like having most of the momentum here, and shot-wise here, each team with one right now in this period.
Yeah, it looks like they've controlled the puck so far through the third period, and continue to so far.
You guys been impressed with the way the Warriors have played tonight?
Yeah, just like, I haven't really heard Kuchar said it this year, but he always was telling us in the years past when he goes to his daughter's hockey games that he can really hear the girls communicate. And
absolutely.
you can tell that tonight. They're always talking.
Gabby Smith with a shot there on net. Carlson makes the save, and you know there's some speedy girls out here, aren't there?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple girls that can move pretty fast.
Yeah, you might even struggle, Bucky, there on keeping up with them, huh? There's Bjorgie's over here laughing. What about you, Nolan?
Oh, no, I got him.
You got it, right, huh?
Yeah. There's definitely a few that could beat me in a foot race.
It's all right, though.
Doesn't matter when you score goals.
Yep. Speed isn't always the number one thing. Sometimes it's how smart you are and where you're placed at, right? There's one that clanks off the crossbar that time. That was Georgie Oss. As Georgie getting an opportunity out here, and Georgie's got a goal on the season. She's a senior. And she clanked it right off the crossbar. Back out to center ice it comes. You guys got to rib each other a little bit, right?
Oh, we always ship each other.
Yeah, it's got to be fun, right? Out at center ice. Loose puck picked. I always rib when Jamie's up here, Pettit. I always rib him all the time.
Yeah.
You know, got to have that little chemistry going.
Yeah, that's what friends do.
Absolutely. There's Strutt passing over the right wing side to Peyton Lemire. Lemire, the 8th grader, goes into the corner, spins around, plays it back down to the right point there to the freshman Lucy Peterson. A lot of young girls on this team for the Warriors. They have a lot of seniors, and then there's a couple juniors, and then they have a lot of freshmen and 8th graders. There's a good nucleus of young talent that's definitely going to be coming up.
Yeah, and I know that we've started, I don't know how young they are, but there's some Little Falls girls that going out, and there's such a gap at like the high school of Little Falls girls hockey players, so we'll start contributing some numbers too, and getting some players out there.
Well, you were just going to say that.
The program.
I Sierra Kicker being a senior, and then there's nobody that plays hockey in the junior and sophomore, at least at the Little Falls for girls. But then you have 3 freshmen, and then I know there's a bunch of 8th graders and stuff. So there's definitely some girls that are coming up through the ranks.
Yeah, youth is always huge for every program.
And the youth numbers are really good at the girls level. There's a lot of good numbers at that, solid numbers, which is great to see. 9:15 to go, and today is the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st, and then February's here, and then February you start getting all the playoffs now of everything.
Yeah, I don't know when the seeding meeting is, but I'm sure that's coming up sooner or later.
So for the girls hockey, here's a quick shot on net, save made there by Carlson, and she will hold on as Robinson trying to see if she can get one in between the goaltender and the pipe. But yeah, the seedings come out for the girls, I believe, next Wednesday. And then a week from that, then the boys' seedings come out.
Yep.
If we break down kind of the activities going on at the high school, you start off with on actually Saturday, you have section dance going on. So that'll be the official start of the playoff season, I guess, of the high school league.
Yeah, winter sports.
So the Little Falls Lindy dance team, which will be heading down to Monticello to play in their first section competition down there. Then on Tuesday, you have the Nordic ski team. They're in action for their sections as the boys and the girls compete there. And I think the boys team has a really good shot at maybe getting to state, which they've had a good, strong many years, and the girls have had good teams too. Quick shot taken there by Robinson, and that one just going off the side. Then after that, you got girls hockey. That starts on Saturday the 8th, the quarterfinals there. And then we can't forget the wrestling team. I think they start on the 11th or so. And then after that, then it's boys hockey. It starts, you guys will start, you'll have a bye in that opening round, so you'll probably start that Tuesday, I think it's the 18th.
Yep.
And then you got the girls basketball, the boys basketball. So February's around, it's going to be heated up with playoff time, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Probably a lot of talk and a lot of chatter in the high school about all the different teams going on in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like in the boys' season, their season for basketball, they go for a while yet. So
yep.
I know they have a pretty long season.
I mean, day in and day out in the high school, everybody's talking about how their season's going, and every night how they do, and each program's always chirping each other, showing love. But
and then they have those double headers that they've been doing for boys and girls basketball. Like there's one tonight, there's one tomorrow night, so that really.
Yeah, tomorrow night's the Battle of Piers.
Yeah.
Little Falls and Piers. And of course, you guys have a Piers player on your team. A two-time state champion, by the way.
Yeah.
That's right, Adam Funk, the goaltender.
Yep, Bubba.
Yep, Bubba.
Yep.
So, obviously, you'll be rooting for Little Falls. I wonder if he'll be at the game rooting for Piers. I wonder what he's going to do there.
He'd probably sit in our student section.
Me and Dobes are working the concession stand, so that'll be fun.
Oh, you guys are working concession, huh?
Yeah. Cruza asked us, so.
Okay. Well, there you go. So if everybody's listening or watching and you go to the game tomorrow night and you want to get some popcorn or something at the concession stand, make sure you talk to Nolan here and said he did a great job, right?
Yeah, hey. And Tips are appreciated.
Tips are appreciated. 6:15 to go here in the third. Here's a quick shot down low, that time off the stick there of Avery Lemire. And Carlson makes another save. And I tell you what, 41 shots have been faced by Britton Carlson, but she's done a good job in net for the Cardinals.
Yeah,
and she actually, after those 3 goals, she gave a bang, bang, bang. She has really settled down a lot in this game and kind of worked herself into a groove.
Yeah, and a couple of those goals are just redirected tips, and those are really hard ones to save. And then it's having the mindset of a goalie is probably the hardest part of being a goalie. Just you can have 10 saves in a row, and you can let 2 in, 3 in, then your next 3 shots. So
I always thought goaltenders are a little bit.
Yeah, goalies are a little different. That's for sure.
Especially Dane.
Especially Dane, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'll be honest with you. If I guess I would have ever played the game of hockey, that's where I would have wanted to be, is the goalie. and the only reason maybe for that is because, you do control the game. If you really think about it, the game is kind of in your hands. Not necessarily you can score, even though Dane has scored a goal this year,
yeah, he is.
Which was awesome.
That was an awesome night. You don't see it a lot, and obviously we still hear about it. But it's a special moment for him, and glad that we could have been a part of it.
Yeah, a lot of us still don't appreciate Dane as much as we should. He's awesome. I don't think we'd be having a nearly as good a season if it wasn't for him. So he's important for our team.
It's always good to have a goalie you can really rely on in any situation, and Dane's a great factor for that.
Absolutely. We'll talk about that even here with the goaltenders and Sawyer and Johnson. If you got good goaltenders, it takes the pressure away from you because you can maybe cheat a little bit more towards trying to score rather than always worrying about getting back.
Yeah, and we got Adam Bubba. We have him. This is only his second year of
organized hockey. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
and he's come a long way.
Yeah,
he's played great. He was our second goalie last year. So.
Yeah, he got the win on Tuesday, didn't he, against Fergus Falls? I believe he was in that.
Bubba? Oh yeah, for JV.
Yeah, the JV game. Yeah,
he had a shutout.
Yeah, the shutout.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
And then he's got some varsity action too, of course.
Yep.
And he's played very well.
Absolutely. I could see him maybe getting some varsity action on Saturday, just depending on how the game is.
Yeah. And he works super hard too during practice, and he takes it so serious.
Absolutely. 4:10 to go here in the third. 6-1 is our score. Brainerd Little Falls leading the Willmar Cardinals. And a good win here, it looks like, tonight for Brainerd Little Falls, as they will improve that record to 15-8-1. And then they have that huge game tomorrow, a 6 o'clock game up in Roseau at the Memorial Arena. And that will be the game that'll probably decide who the number 1 seed is going to be in Section 8AA. And, obviously Roseau won the matchup earlier at the Essentia Health Sports Center 3-2. And so the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors are hoping to repay the Warriors and get a win and also maybe take the number 1 seed. Having a chance to talk with the coaches, the number 1 seed has some importance because you get last change always. Yep. So that's one thing. The other thing, too, is if by chance Roseau and Brainerd Little Falls are in the finals, sometimes it helps to kind of determine where that neutral site game is going to be, too.
Yeah. Having a higher seed is always beneficial.
Here's a chance and a nice shot and a score by the Cardinals, and that's Madison Garberding with the goal. And that is her 32nd of the season. And it's now 6-2. Of course, Garberding is going to Brown. She's just a junior, so she's got another year yet. But now point number 48 on the season for her and their 32nd goal of the year. And so now it's a 4-goal game at 6-2.
With an assist number 7, Bailey Olson.
So the lone assist goes to Olson on the goal. Scored by Garberding. And Garberding now, as I mentioned, with 32 goals on the year. Olson's got 2 assists tonight. course, Bailey Olson, the leading scorer on this team, with 62 points. Tally a couple more. She's got 64 now. And let's see if I do my math right on that. That's if you divide that by 2, that's 22. So she's just under 2 points a game.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the 25th game for Willmar, their final game of the regular season. Talking with their coach, Eric Suttram, he said that the seeding will be on Monday, and then their first playoff game is a week from tonight. They will actually get a bye because they'll probably be the 1 or the 2 seed, but the other 4 teams will play next Thursday, their first opening round game in the playoffs, and then they'll play in the second round, which I believe probably will be on that Saturday. Here's a shot towards the net, save made by Carlson, and he holds on for the Brainerd Little Falls Warriors. They have a game tomorrow against Roseau, and then once that's done, their seeds will come out next Wednesday, and then the first round of the playoffs, since there's only 8 teams in Section 8 AA, they will all play on Saturday. Of course, 1 plays against 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4, 5. All the top 4 seeds will get a home game in the first 2 rounds. Then the championship game will be determined at a neutral site. It'll be determined where the final 2 teams are located, and then they'll find the best location for that game, which will be on Valentine's night.
Yeah. You don't have school that day.
You don't?
No, I don't think so.
Now he's going to have to check his calendar, right? Here's a quick shot there by Josie Kramer. And that, getting a piece of that one was Carlson. That was the 44th shot of the game. Just 10 shots on the other side for the Cardinals.
Yeah, even though like Willmar may have lost this game, and AA playing against a AA team, not playing. I mean, keeping in a 4-goal game is very important. I mean, I don't know for playoffs if they're going to play as a team as good as this in the section finals, semifinal, quarterfinal, whatever. But so I feel like if they play like this, they should do well.
I think Willmar has to be kind of the favorite in Section 6A. If you look at it, River Lakes and actually Fergus Falls are playing each other tonight in girls hockey. And the winner of that game probably will be the 2 seed, where Willmar most likely will be the 1 seed. So right now, Willmar is the team probably to beat in the section. I know they beat Fergus Falls. I think they beat River Lakes earlier too. So 25 seconds left to go here in this one. And the Warriors are going to get win number 15 on the season.
And Willmar's roster looks like they're pretty young, very young too.
Yeah, so they are. They have a young team too, and two of their top 3 goal scorers are juniors, so they'll be back next year. The final few seconds of this one, counting down, and that's going to do it for this game tonight. Your final score: Brainerd Little Falls 6 and Willmar 2. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up. Girls hockey once again here. Your final score 6-2. Brainerd Little Falls over Willmar. Back after the final break here on fallsradio.com and Q92.
At CHI St. Gabriel's Health, our podiatry team provides treatment to help you regain pain-free mobility, including medical and surgical care for foot, ankle, and lower leg problems. We're trained to prevent, diagnose, treat, and rehabilitate common and abnormal conditions. Friendly faces and expert care, all close to home. That's the best way to brave new trails. Don't let your feet slow you down. Schedule your appointment today. CHI St. Gabriel's Health. Better every day.
I'm Katie Jackson, the home mortgage specialist for Pine Country Bank.
I'm Cheryl Plouffe, and I'm the loan processor.
We try to make the mortgage process as easy as we can. We will take an application over the phone. We will take an application in person, and we communicate with the borrowers in any way that they choose to communicate. Sometimes that might be email, sometimes that might be a text message, and sometimes that's over the phone, sometimes that's in person. We're very flexible, and we'll work with each customer as to whatever's convenient for them. It's great to be a part of a hometown bank and offer the services that we can to help people get into their dream home. We had a client that came in about 2 weeks before Christmas and wanted to be in their new home before Christmas, and we were able to obtain that because of our hometown service.
Pine Country Bank is your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
after an accident. It's nice to know where to go. Peterson Body Shop has loaner cars, a lifetime guarantee on workmanship and paint. They work with all insurance companies and repair all makes of vehicles. Remember, it's your insurance, your vehicle, so get the repairs done where you want. Peterson Body Shop is known for quality work in the Little Falls area since 1963. Give them a call at 632-6156. Peterson Body Shop, Highway 27 West, Little Falls. Your best decision after a collision. Just ask your neighbors.
If you're getting mighty hungry, well, the best in the country is Pizza Ranch.
Every Wednesday at the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls, seniors can enjoy the delicious lunch or dinner buffet for just $7 plus tax. That's every Wednesday at the Pizza Ranch in Little Falls.
It's where life tastes better, so round 'em up and head her down to Pizza Ranch. Whoa, that's good.
All right, hockey fans, welcome back once again. Your final score in this one tonight, 6-2 in favor of Brainerd Little Falls in girls hockey over the Willmar Cardinals. James Hershey along here with Nolan Bjorgi and Ryan Bucky Buckaloo. They got that on the screen there. You see that?
Yeah, I see that.
How come they didn't put your nickname on there?
Oh, that's not appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember, we talked about these nicknames before, but I think you had an appropriate one at some point.
Yep.
But maybe that's changed now, so I'm not going to ask you, okay? We'll just leave it at that. Nice win here for Brainerd Little Falls, getting back in the win column, and you guys know what it's like sometimes when you have a tough loss and that you want to get right back out there and try to get a win, and tonight that's exactly what Brainerd Little Falls did. They were able to get some goals right away early and set the tempo, didn't they?
Yeah, and from our experience this year, I think after every loss we've had, to win the next game, it's been tough. I mean, like, after our Mound Wisconka game, that Northern Lakes game was close. After that River Lakes game, that Sartell game was close. I mean, it's difficult to get back going from where you were after having, like, a poor performance like we had.
I'm not going to jinx you.
Yep.
Hopefully not. But you haven't had a 2-game losing streak yet this year with your team.
No, we haven't.
I know you haven't. And I'm proud now. What'll I,
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying it hasn't happened yet. You guys have rebounded back, and just kind of like Brainerd Little Falls did here after, the tie against Warroad, and then the loss back-to-back to North Wright County, and then also then to Sartell. And they're like 0-2-1, and to get a win, that's got to be a good feeling, Bucky.
Yeah. All of our losses were reality checks for us, and coming back after those big wins build momentum for us, and it made us feel better and just keep making strides towards the end of the season.
One goal to tell you about. Here, once again, our summary brought to you by Schlenner, Wenner and Company, and that lone goal, once again, was scored by a girl that's got a bunch of goals. She's got 32 on the season, and that being Madison Garberding. Garberding going to Brown. Of course, she's just a junior. Picks up her 32nd of the season. The lone helper goes to Bailey Olson. Olson with a couple of assists. By the way, Bailey is a junior, too. She's looks like she's going to River Falls once she graduates from Willmar. So final score in this one once again was 6-2. Shots in the third period. Brainerd Little Falls 8 for a game total of 45. Willmar 3 for a game total of 10. So with the win, Brainerd Little Falls improves their record to 15-8-1 on the year. And with the loss, the Willmar Cardinals end the regular season at 16-8-1. As we mentioned in our broadcast, they will wait now to see if they get the number 1 or 2 seed, which they should get. They'll get a bye in the first round, and then they'll have to play a semifinal game basically for Willmar, 2 wins, and they get to go to the Class A state tournament. So on the other side for Brainerd Little Falls, the Warriors next, they take on the Rosa Rams. That a 6 o'clock game tomorrow, and of course that's a huge game for them. All right, guys, how do you think it went?
Oh, it was a blast. I thought it was
fun.
fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah?
Better than us having to talk the whole time.
Yeah, you let me talk.
A lot less intense.
It was a little less intense this way.
We didn't really know what we were doing, and he took advantage of it. We had a good time with it.
I watched it, and I thought you guys did a good job, so I think it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was a great job. Who's that over there?
Kicker.
Oh, okay, yeah, go figure, right? DJ, right?
Yeah.
One of those goalies, right?
Yeah, one of those goalies.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
They live in their own little world, man.
They got their own section of all 5 of them, huh?
Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. A couple scores maybe to pass along here for our listeners before we go off the air. Let's run down a couple of them here. I think I had a couple of scores up here. Yep, I do. Boys hockey, Prairie Center taking on Breck Wap. Breck Wap now leading 4-2 after 2 periods of play. That's a section game. Monticello is taking on St. Cloud Cathedral, and Cathedral right now leading 3-1 after 2 periods play. Shots in that game after 2 periods, 31-7 in favor of the Crusaders. That's a team you're going to have to play a full 51 minutes to beat.
You have to play a full 51 with them. There's not a night where they don't show their A game. They're always there to play hard, and they have those 6 guys that can just control a game.
You got to have some confidence, though, and realize you can play with them. You just have to play your full 51-minute game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, 3-4 with 5 minutes left against them. I think you're pretty tired.
Yeah.
And, they slipped 3 past us, but then, I mean, they not lost, but they had a really tight one. I think it was Saturday with Matamita.
Yep.
5-4 in overtime, so.
One thing about their team, as we're talking boys hockey quickly here, is they get behind, but they play a full 51 minutes, and they are able to really gas a team by the 3rd period, and they're all their comebacks. Hermantown, they're down 5-1, comeback tie. You guys down, you're up 3-1. They come back and beat you 7-3. The Matamita game, they were down by a couple goals. They come back and win at 5-4. So yeah, I mean they're a team that if you got a 2-3 goal lead on them, you better keep on the throttle the whole way.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think a really key aspect to beat them is body. I mean, they don't have that many huge hitters.
They don't have a huge hitter. One of their biggest things they have is they have any guy on their team can get the puck end to end, and that helps them big to get the puck in the zone. And they work the puck so well together, and that's one of their big atmospheres.
But they don't like to get hit, so that's what we got to do. So.
Absolutely, and hopefully you'll get another crack at them at some time in the playoffs. Yeah. One other game to tell you about: River Lakes did defeat Fergus Falls tonight, 4-1. Okay. So River Lakes was a 4-1 winner tonight, and then one girls score after 2 periods of play. Still no score right now with Sauk Rapids, Sartell, and North Wright County. That's after 2 periods of play. All right, guys. Well, I suppose it is a school night, so you probably have to finish up the homework and then go to bed. Well, of course, you've taken the lighter load this year.
I did some of most of it in the locker room before this. So
good to hear. Good to hear. Well, thanks so much for joining me, guys. Did a great job, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you, and thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, we'll get a chance to talk to these guys more, and obviously you'll hear their names a lot on the radio and also on Flyer Media Productions. In fact, our next radio broadcast will be that big game coming up as the Alexandria Cardinals taking on the Little Falls Flyers on Tuesday night at the Runestone. Pre-game coverage at 6:45. The drop of the puck scheduled for 7:15. And then for Flyer Media Productions, our next broadcast actually will be coming up the final game of the regular season when you take on the Detroit Lakers. And that will be the final game. I think that is on the 13th, that Thursday, the 13th. That'll be our final Flyer Media Productions regular season game, and hopefully you guys will get a top 4 seed so then we can have the playoffs here and also have Flyer Media Productions on the airwaves here too. So, all right, good luck with the rest of the week. Thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Great job, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. And back once again to the truck to Austin. Great job of doing the replay. Mark Deal, of course, the advisor, and then the rest of the guys, Adam and AJ behind with the cameras. They did an outstanding job, as they've always done all season long. Our final score in this one tonight, it was Brainerd Little Falls 6, Willmar 2. Back to the studio, Christina. Great job of engineering. You, the listener, hopefully enjoyed the broadcast, viewer too. And last but not least, all the sports sponsors. You're going to hear a list of those coming up in just a moment. That wraps up the broadcast tonight. Once again, 6-2 the final. Brainerd Little Falls wins over Willmar. For Bucky, for Nolan, I'm not going to say your nickname, I'm James Hershey saying good night from the Exchange Arena.
Flyer Sports on Little Falls Radio is sponsored by CHI St. Gabriel, Fleet Supply in Little Falls, Filmerson Collision Center.